Chapter 931, The King of the Holy See Town's Mercenary Group. In the Transcendence continent, those who dared to cultivate two attributes were definitely geniuses among millions of people. However, after Dao Hen saw that Wang Xian had displayed at least 4 attributes, his expression turned even uglier. As everyone knew, the more attributes one had, the stronger one's ability to surpass one's level would be. At the same time, the difficulty level of dual attribute cultivators was twice that of single attribute cultivators. And if one cultivated 4 or 5 attributes, what kind of concept would that be? 4 or 5 times that of an ordinary cultivator. In other words, a single attribute cultivator might have reached rank 5 transcendence, while that multi-attribute cultivator might not have broken through to rank 1 transcendence. In battle, a rank 5 transcendent would naturally be able to easily kill a rank 1 transcendent. Although quantitative changes could trigger qualitative changes, it was useless if the quality was too different. Even 10 rank 1 extraordinary divine abilities could not break the defense of a rank 5 extraordinary expert. However, the young man in front of him had transformed into a monster with 4 to 5 attributes, and his strength had even reached rank 4 extraordinary. What kind of concept was this? He was certain that even those powerful empires would not have such a monstrous fellow. Golden light explosion. Dao Hen gritted his teeth and roared. He could only use his supernatural ability to resist. Golden light explosion. One beam, 10,000 beams of golden light exploded when it came into contact with the wood world. In an instant, all the trees were turned into dust. Continue, Fire Dragon's Flame. He used his supernatural ability again. From the start of the battle, Wang Xian had unleashed 4 supernatural abilities, one after another. From metal to water, water to wood, wood to fire. The flame of the fire dragon was a divine ability evolved from the burning river and boiling sea. Under the enhancement of the wood chips, the power of the flame was even more terrifying. Roar! Wang Xian opened his dragon mouth and spat out the dragon flames. Scram! I, Dao Hen, have experienced life and death. How can I die here? Dao Hen roared loudly. His entire body was emitting golden light as he charged through the flames that filled the sky and slashed at Wang Xian. Boom! Wang Xian's eyes were flashing with a mixture of white and black-red light. The 2 flames landed on Dao Hen's body. Boom! The dragon eyes of light and dark fire was still able to retain its original attack after the fusion of several ocular arts into one. It was even more terrifying. The red, white, and black flames landed on Dao Hen's body. The golden light was quickly dissolved. Ah! The special flames landed on Dao Hen's body, causing his expression to change drastically. His eyes revealed a look of horror. His body was sent flying into the distance. Bang! The powerful force collided with the formation, causing Dao Hen to spit out a large mouthful of blood. This is your strength. Wang Xian's red, black, and white eyes emitted a strange luster as he said coldly. Cough cough. Dao Hen coughed violently as a hint of fear flashed across his eyes. Leader, save us. All our brothers have been killed. At this moment, a miserable voice came from below again. His face was pale as he looked down. There were more than 70 corpses on the ground. Out of all the experts in Dao Hen's mercenary group, only 2 or 3 of them were still standing there. However, they would be killed soon. As long as I'm still alive, I can do everything again. Slowly, Knife Scar's eyes turned blood red. His desire to survive caused a terrifying aura to erupt from his body once again. As expected of Knife Scar, the legend of the Holy See Town's mercenary group and the king of the mercenary group. However, from today onwards, the Holy See Town will have no Knife Scar mercenary group. The Celestial Phoenix mercenary group will be the king of the Holy See Town's mercenary group. Wang Xian swayed his huge body and attacked Knife Marks directly. Dream on. I, Knife Marks, will not die. Knife Marks roared loudly. His 2-meter-long broadsword turned completely dark gold. His body flew into the air and slashed towards Wang Xian. I will kill you with this attack. Wang Xian's gaze was cold. His dragon claws were emitting terrifying flames. Ah, die! Dao Hen used all the strength in his body to slash at Wang Xian. Void! The moment the long blade was about to land on Wang Xian, he unleashed his supernatural ability, Void. How is this possible? The long blade passed through Wang Xian's body. Dao Hen widened his eyes and revealed an incredulous expression. At this moment, Wang Xian's dragon claws grabbed Dao Hen's body. No! Dao Hen, who was grabbed by the dragon claw, revealed a look of despair. His ugly face looked at Wang Xian ferociously. How can a small mercenary group stop my footsteps? Wang Xian clenched his dragon claw. One of Dao Hen's eyeballs almost popped out. The life force in his body slowly disappeared. Pang! Wang Xian threw it casually and threw it on the ground. His gaze swept across the area. The members of the Knife Scar mercenary group and more than 10 other experts were all killed. Dragon King! Ao Yao Jian and the rest bowed and shouted. Search their interspatial rings and put away their corpses. Wang Xian ordered. It's the Dragon King. The members of the Dragon Palace replied. Wang Xian had a thought. He transformed back into his human form. He lifted his head slightly and heaved a sigh of relief. In the future, the Celestial Phoenix Mercenary Group will be considered to be in the top spot in Shanghai town. Wang Xian revealed a confident expression. In less than half a month, his strength and Ao Jian and Ao Yaoyao's strength had improved tremendously. Dragon King, it has been taken care of. Ao Jian reported to him very quickly. Then, let's go out. Wang Xian moved and came to the position where the formation was placed. It was a light and shadow barrier. It was an extraordinary level 8 formation. The activation of the formation required spirit stones to maintain. The formation is not under attack. The spirit stones are not consumed at all. Wang Xian took a glance and smiled. He picked it up slowly. Retract. The formation was retracted and the black curtain covering a radius of 3,000 meters disappeared. However, at this moment, outside the city, a group of city guards were cleaning up the corpses of ferocious beasts. They occasionally looked at the position of the formation, their eyes filled with curiosity. On the city wall, all the mercenary groups didn't leave either. Even the mayor, Jin Shenyuan, didn't leave either, his gaze was fixed on the position of the formation. They were also waiting for the disappearance of the formation, waiting for the final result. It disappeared, the formation disappeared. At this moment, when the formation disappeared, everyone on the city wall was in an uproar. Their eyes were fixed on it. The experts of the Blade Scar mercenary group wanted to destroy the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group, but they were surrounded by the formation. They couldn't see the situation inside clearly. Was it the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group that was destroyed, or something else? Where are the members of the Sword Scar mercenary group? As soon as the array disappeared, everyone looked over with surprise on their faces. Only the members of the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. Could it be? Everyone was stunned. Below them, there were only 12 members of the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. A handsome young man stood proudly in the center. Beside him, 11 subordinates stood respectfully on both sides. Looking down on St. C Town. Chapter 932, Strength had greatly increased. Could it be that the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group had wiped out the experts of the Blade Scar mercenary group? A cry of surprise sounded from the city wall of St. C Town. This voice spread throughout the surroundings, causing everyone to be stunned. Then, their eyes widened, and their eyes were filled with disbelief. However, when they saw the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group standing under the city wall, exuding a supreme aura, everyone's eyes flickered. Their gazes swept across the fresh blood on the ground, and they couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air. The Blade Mark mercenary group has really been destroyed. This How can the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group be so strong? How strong is that young leader? A middle-aged man's eyes were filled with shock, and he couldn't help but sigh. How strong is he? The surrounding people also muttered. First, they destroyed the Mirage Sea mercenary group, and then they destroyed the Knife Scar mercenary group. In just one day. If they could destroy the Mirage Sea mercenary group, it was already shocking to everyone. However, destroying the Knife Scar mercenary group was shocking to everyone. The most powerful mercenary group in Holy Sea Town was destroyed, which meant that the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group would become the leader of the Holy Sea Town mercenary group. They were indeed the king of the mercenary group in Holy Sea Town. This mercenary group is not simple. Jin Qianyuan looked at Wang Xian and the rest in astonishment. Dao Hen's strength is considered to be at the top among those at Transcendent Level 7. However, he was still killed. If that young man didn't conceal his strength, then that young man must have a powerful weapon or array formation. The president of the Mercenary Association was also looking at Wang Xian in astonishment. For a young man to be able to bring out an extraordinary level 8 array formation, he might be able to bring out an even more powerful item. He's really powerful. Jin Luyan stood at the side and looked at Wang Xian with sparkling eyes. At such a young age, he was already standing at the top of the Holy Sea Town's mercenary group. His strength and talent made all the girls tempted. Is he sure that he is a new student who is about to enter the Demon Hunters Academy? With his strength, he can totally be a teacher. The long-haired young man beside her swallowed a mouthful of saliva. The expression on his face was very interesting. He was a student who was about to graduate from the Demon Hunters Academy. He was a Transcendent Level 4 powerhouse. He was almost 50 years old. Even so, he was still an expert who could be ranked among the top in the Demon Hunters Academy. However, compared to this new student who had not enrolled in the academy, he was simply trash. Let's go. Wang Xian stood at the foot of the city wall and scanned his surroundings. His body moved and he flew directly towards the city wall. Captain Wang. Shopkeeper Liu and the woman saw Wang Xian flying over and they welcomed him excitedly. Yes. Wang Xian nodded at them. His gaze swept across the Shocked Life and Death Elixir Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop. In the future, no mercenary group will dare to threaten others and prohibit the purchase of weapons and elixirs from the Weapons Workshop of the Immortal Phoenix Elixir Workshop. If they do, they will be going against us. Wang Xian said plainly. However, everyone around could hear him clearly. It seems like the relationship between the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group and Immortal Phoenix is not simple. Even a fool can tell. One is Immortal Phoenix, and the other is Immortal Phoenix. It seems like it's impossible for the Life and Death Elixir Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop to suppress Immortal Phoenix in the future. If they could even destroy the Knife Scar mercenary group, which mercenary group in the Holy Sea Town would be their match? Who would dare to provoke the Phoenix Immortal mercenary group in the future? No one would dare to do so. In the future, the king of the Holy Sea Town's mercenary group would be the Phoenix Immortal mercenary group. The people on the city wall could hear Wang Xian's words as they discussed in hushed voices. The expressions of the shopkeepers and higher-ups of the Life and Death Elixir Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop instantly turned ugly. They had spent such a huge price to recruit the Mirage Sea mercenary group and the Knife Marks mercenary group. However, they did not expect that they would be wiped out within a day. This caused them to suffer heavy losses. Tomorrow, all mercenary groups will head to the city guard office to collect the carcass of the ferocious beast. According to the certificate issued by the city guard office, they will head to the Demon Hunters mercenary group to collect points and raise the level of the mercenary group. At this moment, Jin Qianyuan's reminder sounded. Wang Xian took a look outside the city and bade farewell to shopkeeper Liu and the rest before leaving immediately. How did the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group destroy the Sword Scar mercenary group? They seem so mysterious. Could it be that leader Wang is a disciple of some big family who came out to train? Otherwise, how could he have such terrifying talent? That's really possible. He could even take out a Transcendent Level 8 array formation. Perhaps he has something even more powerful as his life-saving trump card. Even if he doesn't have any trump cards, this Captain Wang is already very terrifying. I wonder if his mercenary group will recruit anyone. This Captain Wang is still young and has endless potential. If he can join his mercenary group, he might be able to live a carefree life in the future. At the back, the group of mercenary groups were discussing in hushed tones as they looked at Wang Xian and the rest. They were filled with respect as they looked at the figure. Today's harvest is really huge. Upon returning to his residence, Wang Xian revealed an excited expression. Putting aside the corpses of nearly 10,000 ferocious beasts that he would pick up the next day, just the harvest from killing the members of the Knife Scar mercenary group was already very bountiful. As the #1 mercenary group in Shanghai Town, the resources and spirit stones in the hands of the Knife Scar mercenary group were definitely not something that an ordinary person could imagine. Just the middle-grade spirit stones alone were around 10 million. There were also quite a number of elixirs, weapons, and small-scale formations. Adding all these resources together, they could at least add up to nearly 10,000 dragon crystals. However, if Wang Xian wanted to level up now, he would need 100,000 dragon crystals, which was a huge expenditure. At night, Wang Xian had a good night's rest. The next morning, he walked towards the city guard's office. When he arrived at the entrance of the city guards, he saw a few hundred people gathered in front of the door. They were waiting at the entrance noisily. All of them were here to collect the corpses of the ferocious beasts. Leader Wang, please, please. Leader Xian Feng is here. The ferocious beasts they killed yesterday were only slightly less than the Knife Mark's mercenary group. They have the most of them among us. Leader of the Celestial Phoenix mercenary group, please go ahead. I wonder if Leader Wang is still recruiting members for your mercenary group. After this, the Celestial Phoenix mercenary group should be able to advance to the Gold mercenary group. As soon as Wang Xian arrived, everyone around him immediately recognized him and greeted him with smiles on their faces. Thank you. Wang Xian didn't stand on ceremony. The strong had the privilege of being strong. In the current employment group of Shanghai Town, no one was stronger than him. He walked in from the path that everyone around had cleared. There were dozens of city guards inside. Captain Wang, you really went on a killing spree yesterday and shocked the entire Shanghai Town. Hee, there are a total of 10,343 ferocious beasts for you. A middle-aged city guard walked over with a smile on his face and handed over more than a dozen interspatial rings to Wang Xian. There were more than 10,000 ferocious beasts inside. All right. Wang Xian nodded with a smile and walked out. Chapter 933, Strength increased greatly. Under the respectful gazes of all the mercenary groups, Wang Xian walked out from the city guard. Following that, Wang Xian walked towards the location of the Demon Hunter mercenary group. Killing ferocious beasts was to gain points. The points exchanged from the ferocious beasts in Wang Xian's interspatial ring were enough for the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group to be upgraded to gold grade. As for the gold grade stars, he wasn't very clear. When they entered the Demon Hunters mercenary group, the hall was filled with members of the mercenary group. Wang Xian's arrival immediately attracted the attention of many people. Just like the time when they were at the city guard office, everyone greeted Wang Xian and the rest respectfully and made way for them. Even though Celestial Phoenix had yet to upgrade to gold grade mercenary group, all the members of the mercenary group still respectfully allowed Wang Xian and the rest to come to the front. In the current Shanghai Town, no one dared to provoke Immortal Phoenix. The violent personality that Wang Xian displayed back then made many people fearful. If he really offended the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group, he might be exterminated by Immortal Phoenix when he left the city in the future. This was not impossible. On the contrary, such a thing was very common in the mercenary group world. Captain Wang, please show us the certificate of the City Guard Department. We also want to take a look at the carcass of the ferocious beast in the interspatial ring. The staff of the mercenary group said to Wang Xian with a smile on his face. Okay. Wang Xian nodded and passed all the items over. Guess how many beasts did the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group kill yesterday? At least 7,000 to 8,000. Guess what? We'll know soon enough. At this moment, the hall of the mercenary group was extremely quiet. Everyone was staring at the spot in front of them. A total of 231 transcendence at level 1, 3,120 transcendence at level 2, and 1,090 transcendence at level 4. The staff member said with a smile, "Congratulations, Commander Wang. Including the mission to defend the city that you guys took yesterday, your mercenary group has been directly upgraded from 3-star silver to 2-star gold." Hiss, 2-star gold. My goodness, it has been upgraded by a whole level. With the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group, 2-star gold is not surprising. Even without the monster siege yesterday, the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group would be able to upgrade to gold soon. Amazing! I heard that the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group was established less than half a month ago. It's so frustrating to compare people. Sounds of envy could be heard. Soon, the staff changed the badge of the Celestial Phoenix mercenary group to a golden one. The bright golden badge had the words Celestial Phoenix mercenary group written on it. It looked very eye-catching and cool. Wang Xian was very satisfied with the badge of the mercenary group. Let's go back. Wang Xian said to the members of the Dragon Palace. Let's go back. This time, we're not going back to the residence of the Holy Sea Town. We're going back to the Dragon Palace. More than 10,000 corpses of ferocious beasts could be upgraded even if Wang Xian devoured all of them. These more than 10,000 corpses of ferocious beasts could upgrade the strength of the Dragon Palace. They walked out of the city. Once they were out of the city, Wang Xian and the rest quickly flew toward the passage. The improvement in their cultivation made their speed much faster than before. In less than half an hour, Wang Xian and the rest arrived at the bottom of the sea. There were many giant squid, 2-headed giant squid, and 3-headed giant squid living in this sea area. With Wang Xian's current strength, he could already clean up the giant squid here. However, Wang Xian did not make a move. These giant squid were able to better conceal the passageway. When he arrived at the passageway, Wang Xian entered the Dragon Palace directly. Phew! When he stepped into the Dragon Palace, a surge of rich spiritual energy entered Wang Xian's body. The Dragon Palace is still the most comfortable place. The spiritual energy in the Dragon Palace is more than 10 times that of the Transcendence Continent. To the people of the Transcendence Continent, the Dragon Palace is also a holy land for cultivation. Wang Xian entered the Dragon Palace and took a deep breath. If he wasn't able to devour other water creatures to increase his strength quickly, Wang Xian wouldn't have left the Dragon Palace at all. His cultivation speed in the Dragon Palace was much faster than that of the Transcendence Continent. Dragon King. At this moment, Prime Minister Gui flew over and spoke to Wang Xian respectfully. Where are Xu Qingyue and the rest? Wang Xian asked Prime Minister Gui directly. Dragon King, the Dragon Queens have been cultivating since you left. They have yet to wake up. Prime Minister Gui replied directly. Guan Shuqing and the rest thought that Wang Xian had left for at least a year. They did not expect him to come twice in half a month. They had only been in closed-door cultivation for more than 10 days. It was not very long. Wang Xian nodded. Summon the strongest strange demon and golden swordfish to the dragon pool. It's the Dragon King. Wang Xian came to the side of the dragon pool and took out his interspatial rings. Bang! 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 The corpses of the ferocious beasts were placed on the ground and were quickly absorbed by the dragon pool. Splash! A large amount of dragon blood gushed out from the mouths of the 9 divine dragons that were entrenched on the dragon pillars beside the dragon pool. Wang Xian smiled and said to Ao Jian and the golden swordfish, "Ao Jian, all of you go down and increase your strength by 1 level before coming out. It's the Dragon King." The energy required for the golden swordfish to increase its level was much less than that of Ao Yao and the rest. Since the strange demon had evolved into a light spike, the amount of dragon blood required for each level up was much more than that of the golden swordfish. If they were to use dragon crystals, they would be able to level up with 600 to 700 dragon crystals. However, in terms of combat strength, they were much weaker than the strange demon. A golden swordfish at Transcendent Level 4 could only fight against a deviant demon at Transcendent Level 3 by 50 to 50. Soon, 10 deviant demons and 10 golden swordfish arrived. The strength of these deviant demons and golden swordfish were at the level of a superior immortal. Wang Xian allowed them to enter the dragon pool to absorb dragon blood for cultivation. He also raised Prime Minister Gui's strength to Transcendent Level 3. After consuming more than 10,000 ferocious beast corpses, the corpses of the Saber Scar mercenary group and the Mirage Sea mercenary group were absorbed by the dragon pool. Ao Yao, go down. The energy gathered from their corpses is enough to increase your strength. Wang Xian ordered Ao Yao. Now that Ao Yao's strength had increased to level 4 transcendence and level 5 transcendence, he was able to assassinate a level 8 transcendence. This was the terrifying aspect of the dragon spike, which was comparable to a divine dragon. Yes, Dragon King. There was 1 level 7 transcendence corpse, 2 level 6 transcendence corpses, and 9 level 5 transcendence corpses. These corpses were sufficient for Ao Yao to advance to the next level, and there was even quite a bit of energy left. 2 more strange demons to advance to level 4 supernatural realm. Wang Xian continued to command. It's the Dragon King. Soon, more than 30 members of the Dragon Palace were entrenched in the dragon pool. After they came out again, the strength of his subordinates would be doubled. In the future, I can't allow the resources I obtain to increase the strength of the Dragon Palace every time. I have to let them hunt ferocious beasts. Wang Xian scanned the entire Dragon Palace. The strength of most of the members of the Dragon Palace were at the level of immortals on Earth. There were not many lower, middle, and upper immortals. If he, Ao Yao, and the rest were to rely on themselves, their cultivation speed would be reduced. If they wanted to increase their strength quickly, they would be free to enter the ocean of the supernatural continent and hunt ferocious beasts. Chapter 934, Gold 4-Star Mission. Dragon King. A day later, a group of more than 40 members of the Dragon Palace came out from the dragon pool and stood in front of Wang Xian as they greeted him respectfully. Including the strange demons who did not enter the dragon pool, there were a total of about 50 of them. Including Ao Jian, 21 golden swordfish, 11 transcendence at level 4, and 10 transcendence at level 2. 31 strange demons and Ao demons were level 5 transcendence. They had evolved into dragon-pricking dragons and were comparable to level 8 transcendence. 2 were level 4 transcendence, 18 were level 3 and 10 were level 2 transcendence. Now, this was all of Wang Xian's strength. This was a huge improvement. Compared to not long ago, it was more than double. In Shanghai town, other than the mayor, Jin Shenyuan, even the president of the Demon Hunters Association is not afraid. A smile appeared on Wang Xian's face. Prime Minister Gui. Wang Xian shouted at Prime Minister Gui. Dragon King. Prime Minister Gui bowed. The improvement of the strength of the Dragon Palace is still too slow. Now, there are 20 new members of the Dragon Palace who are at Supernatural Stage 2. Organize them to enter the Sea of the Supernatural Continent through the passage and start hunting. We must not let anyone discover the existence of the passage. Increase the strength of the members of the Dragon Palace as soon as possible. Wang Xian ordered Prime Minister Gui. It's the Dragon King. I will immediately come up with a plan to increase the strength of the Dragon Palace. Prime Minister Gui appraised the plan. Alright, try to avoid any losses. Wang Xian nodded his head and swept his gaze across Ao Jian and Ao Yao. Let's return to the Transcendence Continent. Ao Jian and Ao Yao nodded their heads and followed closely behind Wang Xian to return to the Transcendence Continent through the passageway. There are only a little more than 10 days left before the Demon Hunters Academy starts its semester. Get ready and enter Donghai City. Wang Xian was deep in thought when he returned to the town of Shanghai. Donghai City was a big city near the sea. It was 10 times the size of Shanghai town and was close to the endless sea. Compared to Shanghai town, the surroundings of Donghai City were safer. However, there were many dangerous places at a certain distance from Donghai City to the sea. The development of a place was often related to the resources in the surroundings. Ferocious beasts hunted humans, and humans hunted ferocious beasts as well. If there were more ferocious beasts in some places, it would be easy to hunt them. Naturally, people would be attracted to that place very quickly. Danger and fortuitous encounters accompanied it. In a place that was too comfortable, there would not be any strong people. Wang Xian was destined to leave Shanghai town and head to Donghai City to develop. Dragon King. When Wang Xian arrived at his residence, a group of draconids were waiting inside. Upon seeing him, they rushed over to welcome him. How is it? Wang Xian asked them directly. The group of draconids went to other towns to develop the business of the Dragon Assassin Organization. Dragon King, we went to Qiaolin town. That town is slightly bigger than Shanghai town. Now that we have found the spy, we are only waiting for you to control them, Dragon King. Also, with the achievements of the Dragon Assassin Organization in Shanghai town, it should be very easy to enter Qiaolin town. Long Yi reported to Wang Xian respectfully. Qiaolin town. If that's the case, let Ao Yao and the rest make a trip there. Wang Xian thought for a moment and said directly. The assassin organization was very profitable. In Shanghai town, they earned close to 10 million middle-grade spirit stones in just a few days. Bridge Forest town was bigger than Holy See town, so the commission they earned would definitely not be less than that of Holy See town. More than 10 million middle-grade spirit stones was equivalent to 7,000 to 8,000 dragon crystals. It could allow at least 2 strange demons to advance to Transcendent Level 4. If they were to encounter a mission to assassinate a Transcendent Level 7, the reward would be even more terrifying. It's the Dragon King. The group of draconids, Ao Yao, and the rest nodded. Wang Xian took out the mission stone plate and looked for a location to hunt the ferocious beast so that he could improve his strength as soon as possible. The mission in the Holy See town is obviously much more than the previous 2 days, especially the escort mission. Wang Xian revealed a curious look on his face. 5-star silver mission, escort the Hanlin caravan to Donghai City and accept the conditions of the mission. At least a 3-star silver mercenary group. 1-star gold mission, escort Beihua town in front of Tianlan caravan and accept the conditions of the mission. At least a 4-star silver star mercenary group. When I entered the city earlier, I saw many merchants coming to Shanghai town. It must be due to the siege of the city by the monsters. Wang Xian thought to himself. After the siege of the city by the monsters, the carcasses of the ferocious beasts were left behind everywhere. These carcasses were a huge fortune. The Holy See town could not consume so many corpses of the ferocious beasts. Therefore, there would be merchants who would come to purchase them or merchants from the Holy See town who would purchase them before going to another place to sell them. Moreover, after the monsters attacked the city, there were almost no ferocious beasts in the lair of the monsters. At this time, entering the lair would allow me to easily obtain a large amount of spiritual herbs. Wang Xian thought to himself as his gaze landed on a mission. For Star Gold mission, escort the Starship merchant team to Bridge Forest town. Due to the urgency of the time, they had to pass through the Bridge Forest Beast Park. A mission for Bridge Forest town? Wang Xian raised his eyebrows. A 4-star gold mission. Furthermore, it's a mission for Bridge Forest town. Why don't I accept this mission and make a trip to Bridge Forest town as well? Wang Xian knocked on the table beside him and stood up. Let's go to Bridgewood town together, he said directly to the group of draconids and Ao Yao. Alright, Dragon King. Everyone nodded their heads. Let's go to the hiring association first. The escort mission could not be accepted directly on the mission stone plate. One had to obtain the approval of the caravan before they could accept the mission. The reward of the mission could be negotiated again. Wang Xian and the rest walked out and headed straight to the location of the mercenary association. As they had stayed in the Dragon Palace for a day, there were suddenly many more people at the entrance of the mercenary association. There were even more merchants dressed in luxurious clothes than the warriors of the mercenary association. The siege of the city by the monsters had made many mercenary groups rich. They were prepared to rest for a period of time. As a result, the number of mercenary groups that accepted the mission was only half of their usual number. Many merchant groups were prepared to hire powerful mercenary groups to head to another city. There were many merchant groups gathered at the entrance. Some of the merchant groups even held up signs with the words "Mercenary Mission" written on them. Wang Xian walked straight inside. The merchant groups that could issue gold-grade missions would not be at the entrance. A 4-star gold-grade mission required one to face an extraordinary 6th-grade ferocious beast at the very least. The reward for the mission alone was 6 million middle-grade spirit stones. There would not be more than 5 mercenary groups that could accept such a mission in Shanghai town. Wang Xian entered the hall of the Demon Hunters Association and immediately saw a very eye-catching caravan. There were 5 middle-aged and young men dressed in luxurious clothes. There was a signboard in front of them with a mission written on it. Many mercenary groups could only leave helplessly after taking a glance at it. The reward was very generous, but they were not qualified to accept this mission. Wang Xian took a glance and walked straight over. Chapter 935, Bridge Forest Beast Park. There isn't a single mercenary group that meets our requirements. We have to set off today, or else the flame flowers will die. In Holy Sea Town, there are no more than 5 mercenary groups that can pass through the Bridge Forest Beast Park. This is going to be troublesome. Why don't we invite the mercenary groups at a high price? Damn it, the living flame flowers cannot be put into the interspatial ring. If we can't find the mercenary groups, the flame flowers will all die. You have to know that as long as we send the flame flowers back, the price will be much higher. In the Demon Hunter mercenary group, 2 middle-aged men were discussing with furrowed brows. They were the largest business group in Bridge Forest Town, the Bridge Forest Business Group. Their business group was definitely the most powerful force in Bridge Forest Town. This time, they received the news in advance that a monster siege had happened in Holy Sea Town, so they quickly came to Holy Sea Town. Sure enough, they were not disappointed this time. They obtained a large number of fierce beast corpses. However, what surprised them the most was that they obtained a batch of raging flame flowers. Raging flame flowers were extraordinary 4th-grade spirit herbs. Raging flame flowers were an important ingredient for medicinal pills. They were extremely rare in Bridge Forest Town, and were even in urgent need. If they could bring these raging flame flowers to Bridge Forest Town, these raging flame flowers would be able to obtain at least 15 million middle-grade spirit stones. This was equivalent to 2 years of profit for the Chamber of Commerce. However, those damn mercenary groups didn't keep the flowers perfectly when they picked them up. This caused the flame flowers to need to be used as soon as possible. Because of the flame flower's special characteristics, they would die quickly if they were put into the interspatial ring. Therefore, they could only use the original transportation method. Moreover, they had to reach Bridge Forest Town as fast as possible. The shortest route between Holy Sea Town and Bridge Forest Town was through the Bridge Forest Beast Park. The Bridge Forest Beast Park was a huge forest that covered an area of 100 kilometers. Because the Bridge Forest Beast Park was connected to the Donghua mountain range, it was a paradise for fierce beasts. Without the power of a rank 5 or 6 transcendent, it was impossible to pass through the Beast Park. With their strength, it would be difficult for them to pass through, so they had to hire a mercenary group to escort them. However, the strength of Holy Sea Town was about the same as that of Bridge Forest Town, so it was very difficult to hire a mercenary group of this level. For the whole morning, no mercenary group came, or perhaps they were not strong enough. This made them very irritated, and their faces were extremely ugly. We'll raise the commission of the mercenary group. If no mercenary group agrees, we'll raise the price again. Young master, what do you think? A middle-aged man frowned and asked the young man next to him. How much profit can we get from this batch of raging flame flowers? Among the 5 people, the only young man frowned and asked. Young master, the profit is about 15 million middle-grade spirit stones, which is the profit of our Chamber of Commerce for 2 years. The raging flame flowers are too precious. A middle-aged man next to him replied. Increase the commission by 1 million. The young man said with an unpleasant expression. Yes, young master. The middle-aged man nodded and swept his gaze across the surroundings. Changing the commission will take a few hours. Let's spread the word in the Chamber of Commerce first. I don't believe that those mercenary groups won't be tempted by the huge sum of money. The middle-aged man said. He cleared his throat and said, the gold 4-star mission of the Bridgewood Business Association will be increased by another 1 million middle-grade spirit stones. We welcome the experts of the hiring association to accept the mission. If everything goes smoothly, we will be able to reach Bridgewood Town in 2 days. Just as Wang Xian was walking over, he suddenly heard the voice of a middle-aged man in front of him. He was slightly stunned before a smile appeared on his face. An immediate increase of 1 million middle-grade spirit stones was not a small amount. Hiss, an immediate increase of 1 million middle-grade spirit stones. The Bridgewood Business Association is really rich. It's a 4-star gold-grade mission. We have to face an extraordinary 6th-grade ferocious beast. It's not something that we can accept. The middle-aged man's voice caused all the members of the hiring association to look shocked as they discussed softly. We'll take it. Wang Xian walked over and said to the 5 people in front of him with a smile on his face. Ha! The 5 people were slightly stunned as they looked at Wang Xian. When they saw his face, everyone was slightly stunned. Do you guys have the ability? The young man in the middle raised his eyebrows slightly as he sized up Wang Xian. Finally, his gaze landed on the middle-aged man's chest. There was a different expression on his face. Gold 2-star mercenary group. Call your leader over. The young man said to Wang Xian. You're the leader. Are you kidding me? You guys don't have the ability to accept our mission. A middle-aged man shook his head in amusement. A gold mercenary group was very powerful in Shanghai town. However, with a young man as the leader, they didn't believe that the other party had the ability to cross the bridge Forest Beast Park. If we don't have the qualifications, no other mercenary group in Shanghai town would have the qualifications. Wang Xian smiled faintly and revealed a strong confidence on his face. Then call the leader of your mercenary group over to talk to us. You don't have the qualifications yet. The young man looked at Wang Xian and said directly with a frown. Hey, the leader of the Celestial Phoenix mercenary group is Leader Wang. Just as Leader Wang said, if Leader Wang and the rest aren't qualified to take on your mission, the entire Shanghai town would be disqualified. That's right. If Captain Wang is not qualified, you can go back on your own. Huh. Around them, some members of the mercenary group saw this scene and laughed out loud. The young man and the rest were slightly stunned. They looked at Wang Xian with a surprised expression and frowned. Celestial Phoenix mercenary group, Wang Xian. Wang Xian extended his hand and said to the 5 of them. Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. The 5 of them had a change in expression. Even though they had only been in Holy See Town for a day, they had heard of the name of the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. Destroy the Illusionary Sea mercenary group and the Knife Scar mercenary group. The current king of the mercenary group in Holy See Town was a mercenary group created by a genius, the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. Hello, Captain Wang. With the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group escorting us, we can rest assured. With the remuneration of 6 million middle-grade spirit stones and 1 million middle-grade spirit stones from the mercenary group, we will set off immediately if Captain Wang agrees. A middle-aged man said hurriedly as he sized up Wang Xian in astonishment. Alright, we have accepted the mission. You guys can just confirm it. Wang Xian nodded. Alright, Captain Wang. We are in a hurry. After the mission is completed, we will give you all the commission. The middle-aged man said to Wang Xian. Alright, let's go. Wang Xian nodded and said directly to them. Alright, I wonder if Leader Wang has anything else to prepare? The middle-aged man continued to ask. It's ready. Let's go. Wang Xian said with a smile. Chapter 936, Bridge Forest Beast Park 2. Commander Wang, we have a total of 25 people and 5 carriages. Due to the urgency of time, we need to cross the Bridge Forest Beast Park. The Bridge Forest Beast Park is a very dangerous area. If we cross it directly, there is a high chance of encountering a supernatural Tier 6 ferocious beast. If we are unlucky, we might even encounter a supernatural Tier 7 ferocious beast. A middle-aged man from the Bridge Forest Business Association said to Wang Xian after coming out of the Employment Association. Wang Xian nodded his head slowly. Don't worry. Leave the safety issue to us. I guarantee that we will send all of you to Bridge Forest Town safely. He said with confidence. With the current strength of Wang Xian and the rest, they could deal with even a level 8 supernatural beast, let alone a level 6 supernatural beast. That's good. The middle-aged man nodded and the group came to a restaurant. In front of the restaurant, 5 carriages had been prepared. The group was already getting ready in the carriages. Brother Feng, have you hired the mercenary group? A woman in the middle got down from an extremely luxurious carriage and said to the middle-aged man. We've found them. Let's set off immediately. The young man nodded and said. You found them? That's great. The lady said with a smile on her face. She looked at Wang Xian and the rest and saw a slight difference in Wang Xian. It can't be them, right? Yes, they are very famous in Shanghai town. They are known as the #1 mercenary group. There shouldn't be a problem. The young man nodded. There should be no problem. We are passing through the Bridge Forest Beast Park. The girls slightly pouted. The reputation is well deserved. There should be no problem with this mercenary group. The young man also said with uncertainty. He did not dare to imagine that such a young man was actually the leader of the strongest mercenary group in Holy Sea Town. Young master, we are about to set off. We have to hurry. At this moment, a middle-aged man's voice was heard. All right, let's go. The young man nodded and boarded the girl's carriage. Leader Wang, thank you for your trouble. A middle-aged man said to Wang Xian. Don't worry, let's set off. Wang Xian nodded and said to him. All right. The carriage set off from the west gate and headed outside. Wang Xian, Ao Jian, and the rest sat at the front and back as well as on the central carriage. They looked relaxed. Captain Wang, we have already left the city. Do we need your members to stand guard in front of us? After leaving Shanghai town, they entered the wild. There was no safe zone in the wild. Even if it was a road that was frequently taken by people, if they were unlucky, they might encounter ferocious beasts that were at level 8 or 9 of the extraordinary. Therefore, once they were out of the city, the mercenary group had to be on alert. After they were out of Shanghai town, a middle-aged man from the Chilling Chamber of Commerce frowned and asked Wang Xian. Everyone, please rest assured. We will guarantee that everyone will enter Chilling Town safely and escort them. We have our own arrangements. Wang Xian said confidently. Ao Yao and the rest were already on alert in the surroundings. They would be able to react in time if they were to encounter any danger. Furthermore, if there were ferocious beasts in the surroundings, Ao Yao and the rest would be able to handle them easily. They would only be in danger if they were to encounter those extraordinary level 9 ferocious beasts. As long as Commander Wang understands. The middle-aged man frowned when he heard Wang Xian's words. His expression didn't look too good. However, he couldn't say anything. After all, He had to rely on the other party's protection. He exchanged glances with the other 4 middle-aged men. Their expressions didn't look too good. Wang Xian's feeling made them feel that they weren't reliable. The horse carriage drove at a fast speed. The horse was a stallion with a burly body that was at least 3 meters tall. The strength of the stallion had reached the level of immortals and gods on earth. It could run for 2 days and 2 nights. The horse carriage traveled at a fast speed and did not encounter any ferocious beasts along the way. It should be said that Ao Yao and the rest had cleared out all the ferocious beasts in front of them. Our luck is really good. We actually didn't encounter any ferocious beasts along the way. After traveling for 5 hours, the 4 middle-aged men looked at each other and said in astonishment. The Bridge Forest Beast Park is ahead. Let's stop and have some food before charging through the Bridge Forest Beast Park in one go. When they arrived at the front of a forest, a middle-aged man said to Wang Xian and the rest. Sure. Wang Xian said nonchalantly. The 5 carriages stopped and everyone took out their food. With the interspatial ring, food was very easy to carry for the powerhouses of the supernatural continent. The Bridge Forest Beast Park is right in front of us. There are many dangers in there. We have to be more vigilant. The young man got down from the carriage and said to the young man beside him. With Brother Feng around, I'm not afraid of anything. The girl said to the young man with a bright smile. Don't worry, I'm here. The young man nodded proudly and looked at Wang Xian and the rest. The Bridge Forest Beast Park? Wang Xian looked at the location in front of him. Every tree was a few hundred meters tall and their branches and leaves were very lush. It was afternoon and there were only a few rays of light inside. Commander Wang, it's not a wise choice to stay in the Qilin Beast Park. We need to break out of here in one go. Tomorrow night, we can pass through the entire Qilin Beast Park. During this period, I hope Commander Wang and the rest of you can cheer up. A middle-aged man walked to Wang Xian's side and said solemnly. You can rest in the carriage. Leave the rest to us. Wang Xian said indifferently. All right, we'll leave it to Captain Wang then. The middle-aged man nodded and looked at Wang Xian. He wanted to say something but didn't say it out loud. Let's go. After more than 10 minutes, the group set off again and entered the Bridge Forest Beast Park, which was like an abyss. There was a type of blackweed growing at the bottom of the Bridge Forest Beast Park. It looked a little strange. The depth of the weed was even 1 meter deep. It was also because of this that the mercenary group that lacked strength would definitely not dare to step into the Bridge Forest Beast Park. Commander Wang, don't you want to let your men guard the surroundings? This is not a flat land. After entering the Bridge Forest Beast Park, a few middle-aged men saw that Wang Xian and the rest were still standing on the horse carriage. They asked with an ugly expression. Their eyes were cold. If they were to say that they didn't enter the Bridge Forest Beast Park and were so careless, they wouldn't be able to say anything. However, if they were still so careless after entering the Bridge Forest Beast Park, they would be courting death. Once upon a time, a gold mercenary group was wiped out in the Bridge Forest Beast Park. That gold mercenary group had the strength of 3 level 6 transcendents, but they were still wiped out. Now, they actually dared to be so careless. They were simply courting death. This was hard for them to endure. No matter how awesome you were in Holy Sea Town, you can't be so careless, right? How could such a careless mercenary group survive till now? You're courting death, we don't want to die. Chapter 937, This is our territory. In the dark and gloomy Qilin Beast Park, 4 middle-aged men stared at Wang Xian with a slightly embarrassed expression. After entering the Qilin Beast Park, the Celestial Phoenix mercenary group still didn't put up any alert around them. They couldn't sit still anymore. This concerned their lives. Wang Xian saw their expressions and frowned slightly. He stood up from the carriage and said, Don't worry, everyone. We have our own alert method. There won't be any problems. Surveillance method? What kind of surveillance method can you guys have while sitting on the horses? A few middle-aged men glanced at Wang Xian and the rest with a displeased expression. All of them were sitting on the carriage. What kind of surveillance method could there be? What's wrong? At this moment, the young man from the central carriage came out from the carriage and looked at the four middle-aged men with a puzzled expression. Young master, we entered the beast park of the Bridge Forest and hoped that they would hire a team to send people to guard the surroundings. However, they said that they have a way to do so. We are a little worried. The four middle-aged men said hurriedly. Commander Wang, we are going to cross the beast park of the Bridge Forest. We are not joking. If we are not on guard, what if a ferocious beast suddenly appears in front of us? What if it eats us and destroys our spiritual herbs? The young man's face turned ugly instantly. He spoke directly to Wang Xian with great dissatisfaction. Since we, the Celestial Phoenix Mercenary Group, have accepted your mission, we can guarantee that we will complete it. We have already set up a perimeter around the area. Everyone, just leave in peace. Wang Xian assured them once again. With Ao Yao and the rest around, their safety was definitely beyond their imagination. However, he couldn't let Ao Yao and the rest be exposed. Don't worry, how can we be at ease? This is the Bridge Forest Beast Park, and it concerns the lives of all of us. How can we be at ease? As a golden mercenary group, don't you know how to carry out missions in the wild? The young man scanned his surroundings with an unpleasant expression. Hey, our lives are precious. Your mercenary group better be more serious. Otherwise, we will file a complaint against you when we arrive. A girl's head popped out from the carriage and said to Wang Xian angrily. Wang Xian frowned and gestured to Ao Jian and the rest. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Yes. The 4 golden swordfish immediately got down from the carriage and spread out. Let's go. Wang Xian said to the 4 middle-aged men expressionlessly. What attitude? The young man was a little dissatisfied with Wang Xian's attitude as he said coldly. Let's go. The 4 middle-aged men looked at each other and nodded. They didn't want to get into a conflict with the mercenary group. If they really got into a conflict, it wouldn't be beneficial to them. The carriage continued to move forward. Soon, night arrived. The entire area turned dark and was filled with moisture. However, the darkness did not affect the extraordinaires much. They continued to move forward. Roar! 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 All of a sudden, roars came from the front. The expressions of the 4 middle-aged men changed drastically. Oh no, it's the roar of a powerful ferocious beast. Stop it now. Wang Xian swept his gaze over. A strange glint flashed in his eyes. Proceed forward. There won't be any problems. Captain Wang, it's better to be safe than sorry. I'll have to trouble you to send your men to investigate. A few middle-aged men said to Wang Xian with an unpleasant expression. All right. Wang Xian nodded his head faintly. He sat on the carriage and did not move. This. When the middle-aged men saw that Wang Xian was unmoved, they looked at each other with a hint of coldness in their eyes. However, the roars of the ferocious beasts soon disappeared. After a few minutes of stagnation, the carriage continued to move forward. On the way, there were no obstructions and no ferocious beasts came to disturb them. This made the 4 middle-aged men let out a sigh of relief. They thought to themselves that they were really lucky. Following that, they glanced at Wang Xian and the rest with displeasure. We are about to cross the Bridge Forest Beast Park. We are very lucky. A middle-aged man said loudly with a smile on his face. In less than 10 minutes, they drove out of the huge forest. Outside was a stretch of yellow soil. They were basically safe after arriving here. The carriage rested for more than 10 minutes before continuing forward. 4 hours later, a city wall appeared in everyone's sight. Bridge Forest Town was similar to Holy Sea Town, and both were important towns. We're here, we're finally here, haha. Let's go, I'll treat you all to a good meal tonight. Everyone's faces were filled with excitement. The young man also came out of the carriage and stood on it, laughing loudly. Young master, the president is waiting for us at the east gate. Our harvest this time is huge. A middle-aged man said excitedly. Huh. That's right. The young man was also full of pride. This time, his father would definitely reward him well. Let's go into the city. It was already around 7 o'clock in the evening. Some mercenary groups were returning from the outside. When they saw the horse carriage of the Wangxian Bridge Forest Chamber of Commerce, they immediately made way. Wangxian was also full of smiles. Although the journey was a little unpleasant, they arrived successfully. With 7 million middle-grade spirit stones in hand, this escort was totally worth it. Moreover, Ao Yao and the rest had also killed an extraordinary 7th-grade ferocious beast midway. Huh, Feng Heir, not bad at all. You've done well. At this moment, a carefree voice was heard. A burly middle-aged man dressed in a white long robe walked up with a smile on his face. Behind him were more than 10 middle-aged elders. Father, our luck isn't bad this time. The youth walked down from the carriage with a face full of smiles and said with a smile. Luck is also a part of strength. The middle-aged man said with a loud laugh. Young Master Feng, let's move the raging flame flower to prevent them from dying. An elder said with a smile and waved at the people behind him. Okay, take a look and see if there are any dead. The young man said with a smile. Okay, young Master Feng. The old man walked to the carriage and opened one box after another. However, soon, the old man's face darkened. Old Hong, what's going on? The middle-aged man saw that the old man's face was not good, so he frowned and asked, Is there a problem with the flame flower? The old man slowly nodded and opened another box. More than half of them died. What? More than half of them died? When the young man heard the old man's words, his face immediately turned ugly, and he hurriedly ran over. How did so many of them die? The young man saw that many of the flame flowers that had been preserved in the box no longer had any flames on them, which meant that they were dead. The flame flowers were worth around 15 million middle-grade spirit stones, and the remaining 60 million middle-grade spirit stones were already considered good enough. Moreover, the commission for this mission was 7 million middle-grade spirit stones. This caused the young man's expression to change drastically. The flame flowers themselves are very difficult to preserve. It's inevitable that more than half of them will die. Chapter 938, This is our territory. The old man looked at the flaming flowers one by one and his expression turned ugly. If these flaming flowers didn't die, the Bridge Forest Business Association would definitely be able to make a huge profit. If some of them die, so be it. There should still be some profit. The middle-aged man said with some heartache. Everyone, can we settle the commission for our mercenary group first? Wang Xian watched as they conversed. No one came to talk about the commission with them. He walked straight to the 4 middle-aged men and asked directly. Commission? The 4 middle-aged men didn't look too good when they saw the death of the blazing flame flower. The death of the blazing flame flower meant that all their rewards were gone. Seeing Wang Xian coming over to ask for the commission, the middle-aged man walked toward the young man with a sullen face. Young master, the members of the mercenary group are asking for the commission. Commission? The young man, who was already extremely embarrassed, looked even worse. Just bring them to the mercenary group to claim their commission. The mercenary group only has a commission of 6 million middle-grade spirit stones. They are still 1 million short. Wang Xian walked over with a smile on his face and said to the young man. A commission of 7 million middle-grade spirit stones? The middle-aged man beside him frowned and asked. That's right. The commission of 6 million middle-grade spirit stones was raised to 7 million after crossing the Bridge Forest Beast Park. They understand very well. Wang Xian nodded and said, "We understand, but what did your hiring association do along the way?" The young man gritted his teeth and said coldly to Wang Xian, "Along the way, you guys didn't even keep a lookout. If it wasn't for our good luck, how could we have crossed the bridge Forest Beast Park?" "That's right. Your mission this time is no different from picking up money. You guys didn't encounter any ferocious beasts along the way and got 6 million middle-grade spirit stones for nothing. Be content." When the middle-aged man heard the young man's words, he immediately said coldly, "I'm really envious of you guys. We worked our asses off and didn't get anything, yet you guys picked up 6 million middle-grade spirit stones for nothing." The other middle-aged man also said with some ridicule, "What's going on?" The middle-aged man saw his son and the other two employees' words and asked the young man. The young man immediately told the middle-aged man the details of the mission. The middle-aged man raised his eyebrows and looked at Wang Xian, who was beside him. "Young man, don't be too greedy if you haven't done anything. Go and get the 6 million commission from the hiring association. Does this mean that you don't intend to pay the remaining 1 million commission?" When Wang Xian heard their words, his eyes turned cold immediately. A faint chill gushed out from his body. There was no one who paid the 1 million commission in the first place. Why wouldn't I pay it? The corner of the middle-aged man's mouth curled up slightly. He felt the aura from Wang Xian and said with some sarcasm, "The money from our Celestial Phoenix mercenary group is not something to be greedy for. I'm warning you guys, don't do anything stupid." Wang Xian's gaze turned cold and a hint of killing intent flashed in his eyes. "Since we have completed the mission, all of you should give us the promised reward." This mission seemed to be very easy, but this was because of Ao Yao and the rest. One had to know that they had encountered a ferocious beast of supernatural 7th level this time. If it were any other golden mercenary group, they might have failed this mission. However, the probability of all of them dying was very high. Now, they actually dared to take the 1 million middle-grade spirit stones. This was not something that Wang Xian could tolerate. Although they did not know the dangers along the way, this was not the reason why they did not give them a commission. "What's the matter, kid? You're not satisfied with the 6 million commission? Do you want more?" The middle-aged man stared at Wang Xian with a very strong gaze. "Then, your Bridge Forest Business Association is going to make an enemy out of us, the Celestial Phoenix Mercenary Group. 1 million middle-grade spirit stones is not worth offending a gold mercenary group." Wang Xian said coldly. "Huh, kid, are you threatening us?" The middle-aged man suddenly burst into laughter. He stared at Wang Xian with a cold expression and a hint of coldness flashed in his eyes. "Kid, why don't you take a look at whose territory this is? How dare you threaten our Bridge Forest Business Association? This is the territory of our Bridgewood Chamber of Commerce. The 6 million commission is already a compliment to all of you. We shouldn't have given a single cent to a trashy mercenary group like you. Damn it, we didn't do anything and took 6 million for nothing." The young man said with disdain. If he hadn't given the 6 million to the mercenary group, he wouldn't have wanted to give it to them. All right. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes slightly. "Let's wait and see then. I will make all of you regret this 1 million. Kid, I'm warning you. Don't spout nonsense. The Golden Hiring Association is very powerful, but we, the Bridgewood Business Association, don't take them seriously." The old man beside him said coldly. "President Lin, what's going on?" At this moment, a mercenary group walked in from the entrance. More than 20 people were covered in blood, and they were filled with a strong murderous aura and confidence. "It's nothing. A mercenary group from Shanghai town is greedy for more revenge," the middle-aged man said to the old man who walked in with a faint smile on his face. "The mercenary group from Shanghai town dares to look for trouble with us. Are they courting death?" The old man walked over with great strides. He stood in front of Wang Xian and the rest and stared at him with a domineering gaze. "The Golden Mercenary Group seems to be quite strong. However, you guys are still not at the stage where you can act impudently here. Be careful, you won't be able to leave Shaolin Town. Wang Xian looked at the domineering old man and swept his gaze across the people from the Shaolin Business Association. A hint of coldness appeared in his eyes. Suddenly, Wang Xian revealed a faint smile on his face. I don't know if you know about the dragon thorns. The dragon thorns have arrived at your Bridge Forest town. What dragon thorns and dog thorns? Kid, if you still dare to cause trouble here, I will make you regret it. President Lin of the Bridge Forest Business Association said coldly. Hee, it doesn't matter if you don't know about it. You will know about it tonight. Wang Xian smiled as he turned around and walked towards the center of the town. Humph, those guys don't know what's good for them. They got 6 million for nothing. The young man looked at the figures of Wang Xian and the rest with an embarrassed expression. Alright, let's go back. There's nothing to be afraid of for a mercenary group from Shanghai Town. They should know what to do after they know our strength. The middle-aged man patted the young man's shoulder and said nonchalantly. The Bridge Forest Business Association was the largest business association in Bridge Forest Town. It was the most powerful business association in the entire town. The mayor of Bridge Forest Town was an expert at Transcendent Level Rank 8. His strength was on par with the founder of the Bridge Forest Business Association. Moreover, the mayor of Bridge Forest Town had a very good relationship with the Bridge Forest Business Association. With such a background, the Bridge Forest Business Association did not fear anyone in Bridge Forest Town. The good and evil value has reached -300. It seems that they have killed many people. Your territory. Hee, tonight, darkness has arrived. Chapter 939, Darkness was approaching. Call all the spies of the Dragon Spike in Shaoling Town over. Get them ready tonight. Wang Xian walked towards the location of the Demon Hunters Association in Shaoling Town and said to Long Yi, who was following him with a cold gaze. It's the Dragon King. Long Yi nodded his head respectfully. Shaoling Business Association. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes slightly. A hint of coldness flashed across his eyes. This was the first time the Celestial Phoenix mercenary group had accepted an escort mission. However, they didn't expect to be rejected by someone. Furthermore, they were so arrogant. Their territory. Wang Xian's face turned cold and the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. Long Ci was just about to enter Bridge Forest Town. He would use the Bridge Forest Business Association to make his move and shake the entire town. He descended into Bridge Forest Town in an invincible manner. A cold smile appeared on Wang Xian's face. He went to the hiring association and accepted the reward for this mission. 6 million middle-grade spirit stones. Although it was not a small sum, he was still slightly displeased. This was not a problem of spirit stones, but a problem of their attitude. After receiving the reward, Wang Xian found a restaurant and sat down. He ordered a table full of dishes. I heard that there was a monster siege in Shanghai Town. Many mercenary groups have made a fortune this time. Danger and opportunity coexist. The scale of the monster siege this time is not very large. Shanghai Town managed to defend it easily. The main reason is that the mayor of Shanghai Town is relatively strong. He is a top-notch expert at Transcendent Level 9. I heard from a friend that Shanghai Town is quite chaotic recently. It seems to be because of an assassin organization. That assassin organization is very powerful. Damn it. If only I had the money, I would hire an assassin to destroy the Bridgewood Chamber of Commerce. Their Chamber of Commerce monopolizes the food supply in Bridgewood Town. As a result, many people can't even eat. The Bridgewood Chamber of Commerce is too bloodthirsty. Moreover, the mayor doesn't care about it. Damn it. While Wang Xian was eating, a few voices of discussion came from the side. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes slightly and ate some food before walking out. In the center of Shaolin Town, there were 4 big pill and weapon workshops, the Life and Death Pill Workshop, the Holy Item Forging Workshop, the Phoenix Immortal, and the Shaolin Pill and Weapon Workshop. However, the Phoenix Immortal Pill and Weapon Workshop was completely empty. No martial artists entered. Obviously, they had suffered a huge blow. Dragon King, the people have been called over. Not long after, Long Yi walked over and whispered to him. Wang Xian nodded and found a secret place to develop the 10 of them into dragon men one by one. They would receive a fixed monthly bonus that was sufficient to survive. It was late at night. Wang Xian was staying in a restaurant at the center of Shaolin Town. When he opened the window, he could see a huge mansion in the distance. That was the mansion of the Lin family of the Shaolin Business Association. In Shaolin Town, the Lin family's influence was unparalleled. At night, the Lin family was brightly lit. One could vaguely see that there were guards patrolling inside. In the center, there was an array formation in Wang Xian's line of sight. It was an extraordinary level 7 array formation. A family that could come up with such an array formation was definitely not simple. According to Wang Xian's understanding at night, the strength of the Bridgewood Business Association was somewhat beyond his expectations. As the greatest strength of Bridgewood Town, the Lin family had 1 level 8 extraordinaire and 2 level 7 extraordinaires. 6 level 6 extraordinaires and more than a dozen level 5 extraordinaires. This strength completely crushed all the families in Shanghai Town. This was also the reason why the Bridgeforest Business Association didn't put Wang Xian and the rest of the Golden Mercenary Group in their eyes at all tonight. You will pay a heavy price. Wang Xian opened the window and looked at the Lin family's mansion with a twinkle in his eyes. Ao Yao led all the strange demons and rushed over. I wonder if I can kill all the powerhouses of the Bridgeforest Business Association. Wang Xian mumbled as he stood there and waited quietly. Roar, there's an assassin. There weren't many people on the streets of Shaolin Town in the early morning. Even in the center of the town, there weren't many people left. However, at this moment, a loud roar came from the Lin family's residence. What's going on? What happened? It's old Master Lin's voice. Quick, quick, there's an assassin. Not good, President Lin has been killed. Oh my god. There's an assassin, there's an assassin. Following that, a chaotic sound came from the Lin family mansion. The light instantly lit up the entire Lin family mansion. In the middle of the night, that loud roar spread across half of Shaolin Town, causing everyone who was sleeping to be slightly startled. Following that, the surrounding rooms lit up one by one, and they all looked towards the Lin family mansion with faces full of shock. What happened? It seems to be the sound coming from the Lin family mansion. There's an assassin. Could it be that there's an assassin assassinating the Lin family members? Impossible, right? Could it be an assassin from the undercurrent? But who has so much money to hire an assassin to assassinate the Lin family's experts? In Shaolin Town, who would dare to assassinate a member of the Lin family? The windows in the restaurant had already been opened one by one. Some of the customers were talking in astonishment. Wang Xian frowned. It didn't work. That's not good. His eyes flickered as he saw Ao Yao and the rest flying towards him with his dark fire dragon eyes. Dragon King. A group of 21 strange demons arrived and greeted Wang Xian respectfully. What happened? Did you fail? Wang Xian frowned and asked. Dragon King, I was discovered when I was trying to assassinate that level 8 supernatural realm expert. The strange demon said with an unpleasant expression. Fortunately, I managed to assassinate him at the very last moment. 13 level 5 supernatural realm experts were assassinated, 5 level 6 supernatural realm experts were assassinated, and 2 level 7 supernatural realm experts were not assassinated. Ao Yao continued to speak to Wang Xian. There are still 2 level 7 transcendents and 1 level 6 transcendents. It doesn't matter. Have you guys been discovered? Wang Xian was more satisfied with this assassination and asked. No, we left immediately because we were afraid of being discovered by others. The remaining 2 level 7 transcendents, do you want to? Ao Yao shook her head and said, "No, we don't have to do anything today. We will do it tomorrow." Hee, let them enjoy the fear. Wang Xian smiled coldly. He was very satisfied with the assassination this time. 70% of the experts in the Bridgewood Business Association had been killed, especially the death of a level 8 extraordinaire. It was enough to shake the strongest family in Bridgewood Town. The remaining 2 extraordinary level 7 experts could be killed at any time. Send out the contact information of our Dragon Spike mercenary group. We will liven up the entire Bridgewood Town tomorrow. Wang Xian said with a smile. It's the Dragon King. Ao Yao and the rest nodded and disappeared quickly. Wang Xian took the interspatial ring that Ao Yao gave him and looked at them one by one. His eyes were filled with ecstasy. It seems that I have made the right decision to come here. The items in the interspatial ring alone are worth more than 100 million middle-grade spirit stones. Chapter 940, The Darkness Descended. It was a great harvest. Wang Xian did not expect the Bridge Forest Business Association to be so wealthy. These spirit stones and resources were merely the interspatial rings of the Transcendent Level 8 and the other experts from the Bridge Forest Business Association. For a family like theirs, they would definitely have a treasure vault that was specially used to store treasures. The items in the treasure vault should not be less than those in the interspatial rings. For a family to be able to accumulate so much wealth, the power of the Bridgewood Chamber of Commerce was not simple. Even if it was placed in the city, it was still a pretty good family. What is this thing? The Dragon Assassin Organization? This assassin organization seems to be somewhat familiar. I remember this piece of paper. This is the Dragon Assassin Organization of Holy Sea Town. I heard that the Dragon Assassin Organization announced not long ago that they would enter Bridgewood Town. At that time, I didn't pay too much attention to it. I didn't expect that the Dragon Assassin Organization would really come. The roar from the Lin family mansion. Could it be an assassination by the Dragon Assassin Organization? A wild roar in the middle of the night made everyone look shocked. Not long after, they suddenly found a red piece of paper in their home. On the paper was the contact information of the Dragon Assassin Organization. This made everyone look shocked. Many people didn't know about the Dragon Assassin Organization, but some people who were well informed knew about it. The Dragon Assassin Organization originated from St. Sea Town. Their appearance intimidated all the powerhouses in St. Sea Town. Even a Transcendent Level 6 powerhouse couldn't escape the Dragon Assassin's assassination. A few days ago, the Dragon Assassin Organization sent a message to all the customers that they would enter Bridge Forest Town. If the assassination at the Lin family mansion is really the Dragon Assassin Organization, then it's too terrifying. In the center of the town, in a luxurious living room, a middle-aged man said with a face full of surprise. What's so terrifying? If the assassins in the Lin family mansion are really from the Dragon Assassin Organization, then they are only so-so. Can't you see that they have already been discovered by the Lin family? The old master of the Lin family has the strength of a Transcendent Level 8. He is not an ordinary assassin organization that can assassinate him. That's right. I think this Dragon Spike can only assassinate a rank 6 Transcendent at most. It is only a so-so after entering the Lin family. The other 2 middle-aged men in the hall shook their heads and said. That's true. The strength of the Lin family is too strong. It is not something that a small assassin organization can assassinate. Even if it is an undercurrent, only the top-notch assassins can assassinate the Lin family. The middle-aged man who had just exclaimed slowly nodded his head. Some of the powerful families and mercenary groups in Linhai Town had all received the red piece of paper with the Dragon Spike. After seeing it, they began to discuss among themselves. The next morning, Shaolin Town was obviously much livelier than usual. The sky had just brightened when the center of the town became lively. Look at the gate of the Lin family mansion, that huge red piece of paper. Hiss, it's the Dragon Spike. The Dragon Assassin Organization of Holy Sea Town has set their target on the Lin family. Could it be that the Dragon Assassin organization really went to the Lin family to carry out an assassination last night? I have to say, this dragon spike is really awesome. It immediately assassinated a powerhouse of the Lin family. But it seems like he didn't succeed. He was discovered. In the early morning, many people came to the Lin family to understand the situation. When they saw the congratulatory death note on the door, everyone had shocked expressions on their faces. The crowd started to discuss. Wang Xian also got up early. He found someone to ask about a shop and followed him to a small shop in a remote area. "Young man, do you want to buy funerary items?" The person who was doing business was an old lady. She was very thin and frail. When she saw Wang Xian coming in, she asked with a smile on her face. "Yes, the enemy is dead. Send some funerary items to celebrate." "Oh right, old lady, bring more funerary items that you want to make. Also, can you write some words on it?" Wang Xian said to the old lady with a smile on his face. The old lady was slightly taken aback. She nodded and said, "Yes, I can write anything. There are some good ones in the shop. You can choose from them. This, this. I want all of them. If you want to write some words, it means congratulations to old Master Lin of the Lin family for going to hell. The president of the Qiaolin Commercial Association is going to hell." Wang Xian said with a smile. "Qiaolin, the president of the Qiaolin Business Association is dead?" The old lady was slightly shocked. Her arms were trembling as she asked. "Yes, he's dead. He was assassinated." Wang Xian looked at the old lady and nodded his head. "He died well. He died well. I knew it. Selling the grain at such a high price will bring about retribution. He died well. He really died well," the old lady said excitedly. She took out the black ink and said with a red face. Wang Xian was slightly stunned. He looked at the shabby house. There was a small bed, a shabby table, and a piece of leftover hard-steamed bun on the table. "Looks like the Lin family deserves to die," Wang Xian said plainly. Damn it. They monopolize the food in Qiaolin town. It's twice as expensive as the food sold in other towns. I'll give you the blood-steamed bun that they sell. Young man, I'll give you the burial items. There's no need for money, no need for money," the old lady said with a smile. Wang Xian looked at the frail old lady. Her handwriting was very beautiful. He placed them into his interspatial ring one by one. "Go, young man. Give it to them." He. The old lady waved her hand at Wang Xian with a smile. Wang Xian nodded his head and moved his palm slightly. The heavens have really opened their eyes. Good death, the old lady said with tears in her eyes. She turned her head around happily. Suddenly, she was stunned and looked at the spiritual stones on the table in astonishment. A pile of spiritual stones. Although they were only low-grade spiritual stones, there were at least hundreds of thousands of them. Such a good person, such a good person. The old lady hurriedly walked out of the room and realized that Wang Xian had already disappeared. Hundreds of thousands of low-grade spiritual stones are enough to survive for the rest of my life. Wang Xian smiled and slowly walked towards the Lin family's residence. When he arrived, he realized that there were many people gathered on the streets. Everyone was paying attention to the Lin family's matters. The roar last night shocked many people. Coupled with the incident with the Dragon Assassin organization, everyone was filled with doubts. Scram. Don't block the entrance of the Lin family's residence. Are you courting death? At this moment, a few guards from the Lin family's mansion opened the door. When they saw the crowd around them, they shouted sternly with pale faces. The people around them quickly left. After all, this was the Lin family's mansion. The Lin family was not someone they could afford to offend. Who put the red paper on our door? Damn it! When the few guards saw the red paper on the door, their faces turned gloomy as they roared. That's the dragon spike. Congratulations on your death. At this moment, Wang Xian's voice rang out. He walked over with a smile on his face. Following that, under the shocked gazes of everyone around him, he placed the funerary items in his interspatial ring on the wall of the Lin family. Wreaths, wreaths. On the funerary items and wreaths, there were even messages written on them. Congratulates Lin Jia Lin old to go to hell. Congratulates Bridgewood Chamber of Commerce President to go to hell. Chapter 941, Was not the dragon that crossed the river. This. Everyone was stunned. Funeral goods. Wreaths. They were placed right next to the main gate of the Lin family mansion, and there were even names written on them. It was the same as the funeral goods that were usually given to family and friends when someone died. However, this was not what was shocking. What was shocking was the names on the wreaths. Elder Lin of the Lin family naturally referred to the strongest person in the Lin family, a terrifying existence at transcendent level rank 8. The president of the Bridge Forest Business Association was naturally the current head of the Lin family, an expert at level 6 of the supernatural realm. Could it be that all the pillars of the Lin family had died? This made everyone feel a little incredulous. How was this possible? However, when they recalled the furious roar last night, everyone revealed a hint of surprise and doubt on their faces. Could it be that Elder Lin of the Lin family was really dead? Was the president of the Bridge Forest Business Association really dead? Everyone turned to look at the few guards of the Lin family. When the few guards saw the wreaths placed by Wang Xian, their expressions changed drastically. Especially when they saw the words on the wreaths, their expressions turned gloomy instantly. Kid, are you fucking courting death? A middle-aged guard roared and walked towards Wang Xian with a face full of anger. His body was exuding a terrifying murderous aura. What's wrong? Could it be that I gave you the wrong gift? Could it be that the pillar of the Lin family, the president of the Bridge Forest Business Association, is still alive? Wang Xian turned his head with a smile and stared at the middle-aged man who was walking towards him with a mocking expression. How? How did you know? When the middle-aged man heard Wang Xian's words, his expression changed drastically. He stared at Wang Xian coldly. What's going on? What the hell are all of you gathered here for? Get lost! At this moment, an angry roar came from the entrance again. Everyone was shocked and quickly looked towards the entrance of the Lin family mansion. It's Lin Feng, the son of the president of the Bridge Forest Business Association and the future successor of the Bridge Forest Business Association. Look at Lin Feng's red eyes. That young man might be real. Hiss, how did that young man know that the pillar of the Lin family and the president of the Bridge Forest Business Association had died? Everyone around subconsciously took a few steps back and whispered when they saw Lin Feng. Lin Feng's blood-red eyes swept across the surroundings. When he saw the funeral wreath beside him, he was instantly enraged. Who did this? A roar came from his mouth. I gave it to you. How is it? Aren't you very loyal? When Wang Xian saw Lin Feng's expression, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly as he walked towards him slowly. Everyone looked at Wang Xian in shock as he walked over. He actually dared to directly provoke the future heir of the Lin family. It's you. When Lin Feng saw Wang Xian, his eyes revealed endless coldness. It's me. Wang Xian walked up to the young man and said with a smile. You hired the assassin of the dragon spike. Lin Feng suddenly glared at him and roared. His face was extremely ferocious as though he was a devil that was devouring people. Ever since the Celestial Phoenix Mercenary Group was established, we have destroyed the Mirage Sea Mercenary Group and the Saber Scar Mercenary Group. No one has dared to take our commission. You guys are the first. In that case, you will have to bear our revenge. Wang Xian laughed out loud and stared at Lin Feng with a smile. Today is just the beginning. It's really you. Lin Feng clenched his fists tightly and was about to attack Wang Xian. However, the guards at the side quickly stopped him. A look of shock flashed across their eyes. This is the price you have to pay for taking 1 million middle-grade spirit stones. Wang Xian smiled and turned around to leave. I'm going to kill you. If my Lin family doesn't kill you, I swear I won't be a human. Lin Feng roared furiously. Wang Xian smiled faintly and walked into the restaurant slowly. Everyone around was shocked. They looked at the scene in front of them in disbelief. It's really the dragon sting. Oh my god, the strongest person in the Lin family, the president of the Bridge Forest Business Association, has been assassinated. Oh my god. Who is that young man? How dare he fight the Lin family directly? And what he said, there's an inexplicable domineering air about him. The badge on his chest is the president of the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group. He's the leader of a 2-star gold mercenary group. I don't know about the Mirage Sea Mercenary Group, but I do know about the Saber Scar Mercenary Group. The Saber Scar Mercenary Group is the most powerful mercenary group in Holy Sea Town. The leader of the Saber Scar Group is at Transcendent 7th rank. I didn't expect that they would destroy the Saber Scar Mercenary Group. Oh my god. This time, the Lin family has met a tough nut to crack. The Lin family must have taken advantage of their own power to take the commission of 1 million middle-grade spirit stones from the other party. In the end, the other party directly hired a dragon assassin to take revenge. FUCK, this is too awesome. Hiring an assassin to assassinate an expert of the 8th rank of the extraordinary realm, this must cost at least hundreds of millions of middle-grade spirit stones, right? I think the most terrifying thing is still the dragon assassin organization. FUCK, even an expert of the 8th rank of the extraordinary realm can be assassinated directly. They are really powerful. The dragon assassin organization has made everyone in Holy Sea Town jittery. A few days ago, they announced that they had entered our Bridge Forest town. They did not cause such a terrifying commotion the moment they arrived. A level 8 transcendent. There are a total of 3 level 8 transcendent experts in our Bridge Forest town. There is nothing that the Dragon Assassin organization can't assassinate. This Immortal Phoenix mercenary group is not that simple. To be able to spend such a huge price to hire the Dragon Assassin organization and destroy the Sword Scar mercenary group, their strength is also terrifying. If it wasn't for the Dragon Spike, the Lin family would probably have encountered the greatest crisis in history. Everyone in the surroundings widened their eyes in disgust. This time, it was really a big matter. 2 dragons that crossed the river descended directly from Holy Sea Town to Bridgewood Town. One of the most powerful mercenary groups in Holy Sea Town, the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group. One of the most terrifying assassin groups in Holy Sea Town, the Dragon Spike Assassin Group. 2 dragons crossing the river, not one to be trifled with. Because the Bridgewood Business Association took the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group for 1 million middle grade, the other party directly hired the Dragon Spike to assassinate the strongest person in the Lin family. The young leader of the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group directly sent him to the garden to congratulate him. One was more ruthless than the other, and the other was more ferocious than the other. A fierce dragon crossing the river. Damn it, damn it. Lin Feng clenched his fists tightly, and his body began to tremble violently when he heard the discussions around him. His fingernails entered his flesh, and streams of blood flowed out. Even his gums were bitten until they were bleeding. He had never thought that this would happen just because he didn't give them 1 million middle-grade spirit stones yesterday. His father, his great-grandfather, and the other experts of the Lin family weren't the only ones who died. 70% of the experts had been killed. Now, only 2 transcendent level rank 7 experts remained. But seeing the other party's intentions, he did not intend to let go. In fact, he might even be assassinated.
At the thought of this, their faces revealed terrified expressions. Why did they provoke such a demon? No, we can't just sit here and wait for death. No, absolutely not.
Chapter 942, Hands Covering the Sky 1. Lin Feng shook his head with a face full of fear and walked towards the Lin family mansion in a daze. He wanted to report this matter to the two remaining experts in the family. If this matter was not resolved, then the Lin family would not have the strength to resist the following assassination. In fact, all of them might even die. Time slowly passed. In the morning, the news of the assassination of the Lin family's old master, the strongest expert of the Lin family, spread throughout the entire Bridge Forest town. When everyone received the news, their eyes widened and their faces revealed shock. However, not long after, an even more shocking news spread. The Lin family's old master was not the only one who died. The president of the Bridge Forest Business Association was also killed. 5 transcendents at level 6 were assassinated, and 13 transcendents at level 5 were also killed by Dragon Spike. Everyone's faces were filled with shock. Fuck, so many experts had died. More than half of the Lin family's forces had been killed. Now, only 2 level 7 transcendents were guarding the Lin family. So many experts had died in the Lin family, causing everyone to be shocked by the terror of the Dragon Spike assassin organization. This made many people recall the contact information they had obtained last night. When they had obtained the contact information of the Dragon Assassin organization, they had not taken it to heart. Now, it seemed that the Dragon Assassin organization was simply a great killing tool. In Bridge Forest Town, there was no character that they could not assassinate. Even the mayor could be assassinated. This made many people moved. It was not that there was no assassin organization in Bridge Forest Town. The Undercurrent Assassin organization covered the entire Star Moon Kingdom. However, the assassins of the Undercurrent might not necessarily accept missions to assassinate level 8 transcendents. The Undercurrent did not have so many top-notch experts to accept such missions. The failure rate of assassinating a level 8 transcendent was already very high. If they failed, the assassin organization would at most return half of the commission. However, if they failed too many times, then no one would hire assassins from the Undercurrent in the future. The reputation of the Undercurrent would also suffer a huge blow. At that time, no one would hire assassins from the Undercurrent, and the Undercurrent would gradually decline. Therefore, the Undercurrent Assassin organization was also very cautious when choosing missions. Big families like the Lin family of Chilin Town had a protective array. They did not dare to accept such missions because they were afraid that the mission would fail and destroy their reputation. However, the Dragon Spike dared to accept it and even succeeded in assassinating them. This made many people's hearts move. If they hired the Dragon Spike to kill their enemies. The Lin family has always been tyrannical. Now that the old master of the Lin family has been killed, the Lin family only has 2 transcendent 7th rank experts. We might as well hire the Dragon Spike to kill them. Fuck, let's assassinate one first. Chilin Town, the Lin family has many enemies. There are definitely many people who won't let go of this opportunity. Besides us, there are at least 1 or 2 other families who won't be able to resist taking action. The Lin family is finished this time. I didn't expect that Immortal Phoenix mercenary group from Holy Sea Town to be such a ruthless person. They spent at least hundreds of millions of middle-grade spirit stones. TSK, they're really rich. In a luxurious courtyard, 5 or 6 people were sitting in a room and chatting in a low voice. Their eyes revealed an excited look. It wasn't just here. In Shaolin Town, in many places, some mercenary groups and some families were preparing to make a move against the Lin family. The Lin family was in Shaolin Town. They relied on their relationship with the mayor to act tyrannically and provoked many enemies. However, having such an opportunity made many people extremely excited. They quickly contacted the Dragon Assassin organization to assassinate the members of the Lin family. Dragon King. Following him meant that his Lin family would become his people. Not to mention the Lin family's resources and heritage, just these two remaining experts of the Lin family were enough to tempt him. Alright, an assassin organization wouldn't dare to assassinate an official of the kingdom. With me around, an assassin organization wouldn't dare to be impudent. Chapter 943, Hands Covering the Sky 2. Sir, please capture all the members of the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. We want to avenge our father. The two middle-aged men said to the old man again with bloodshot eyes. This time, their Lin family was forced into a desperate situation. Their Lin family never expected that a disaster would suddenly fall from the sky. A 2-star gold mercenary group, the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. A dragon assassin group. It directly overturned the Lin family's centuries-old foundation. Their Lin family's pillar was assassinated, and 70 to 80% of their experts were assassinated. When they heard Lin Feng's report in the morning, they knew that their Lin family's disaster had arrived. They knew how many enemies they had in Xiaolin town, and they knew that many people wanted nothing more than to destroy their Lin family. However, all along, no one dared to make a move against the Lin family's formidable strength. This time, they would definitely not let go of this good opportunity. Even if they did not hire the dragon assassin, they would suffer a tragic blow in the future. Thus, they could only go all out and submit to a powerhouse. The mayor, Lin Xiao, was the best choice. Lin Xiao was the person with the greatest influence in the entire Xiaolin town. Lin Xiao had the entire Star Moon Kingdom backing him. He was a minister of a region, and no one dared to provoke him. The assassin organization did not dare to make an enemy of the entire kingdom. The biggest assassin organization in Star Moon Kingdom had a rule that they would not accept missions from Star Moon Kingdom's officials. Under normal circumstances, small assassin organizations would not dare to offend a powerful kingdom empire. This was because if the empire were to take revenge seriously, the assassin organization would also suffer heavy losses. The assassin organization pursued profit. Profit was paramount. If it did not suit their interests, they would not do it. All right. Lin Xiao nodded with a smile on his face. Don't worry. They dared to assassinate Brother Lin. I will help you take revenge. All of you go home and make preparations. In the afternoon, I will bring people to bring all the members of the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group over. They will commit suicide and sacrifice Brother Lin's soul in heaven. Lin Xiao's face was full of confidence. Thank you, Lord Lin. The members of the Lin family said respectfully and immediately walked towards the Lin family mansion. They walked out of the mayor's mansion with a solemn face. After today, even if they could take revenge, their Lin family would decline. In the future, there would be no Lin family of the Bridge Forest Business Association, only the mayor's mansion, the Lin family. Hee, the heavens are really helping me. In the mayor's mansion, Lin Xiao looked at their figures and revealed an excited expression. Congratulations, sir. In the future, there will be 2 extraordinary 7th-level experts of the Lin family and the Lin family's property. The prestige of our mayor's mansion will cover the entire Xiaolin town. An elder at the side said flatteringly. This dragon assassin organization appeared at the right time. I really want to thank them properly. Lin Xiao burst into laughter. Go and check the location of the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group. Catch them all before night and bring them to the Lin family's mansion. Yes, sir. In Xiaolin town, it was forbidden to arrest people without any evidence. But Lin Xiao did not care. He had always been the one in charge of Xiaolin town. So what if he killed a gold-rank mercenary group? Who would dare to resist? What? Reward good and punish evil? People of great evil can be mass-funded assassinations. They can even be assassinated at half price after the investigation of the Dragon Assassin mercenary group. Is it true? How could an assassin group have such a rule? This is simply. The Dragon Assassin group is different from other assassin groups. They have a 3-kill rule. I didn't expect that they would have a reward good and punish evil, mass-funded assassinations, and half-price assassinations. They are becoming more and more special. I feel that the leader of the Dragon Assassin organization is a little kind. There are so many special rules. No matter what, let's kill the Lin family members first. Tell me, can we mass-fund the mayor? In the afternoon, in the restaurant where Wang Xian was staying, 3 to 4 members of the mercenary group were sitting in a corner and conversing. At the end, their voices suddenly became very soft. Mass-fund assassination of the mayor. Keep your voice down. If you're heard, you're done for. Alright. I'm just saying. The mayor and the Lin family have been having an affair. If the mayor didn't support the price of the grain, how could it be sold at such a high price? Why don't we give it a try? Do you want to die? We're just giving it a try. No one else will know, why don't we give it a try? When Wang Xian ordered Long Yi to reward the good and punish the evil, everyone was shocked. The special rules of the Dragon Spike had astonished many people. Now that there were 2 more, everyone was stunned. However, soon, smiles appeared on everyone's faces. Since they could crowdfund, they would give it a try. When the first person activated the mass fund mayor, everyone was stunned. What the fuck? Mass fund to assassinate the mayor? Was there a need to be so crazy? However, what shocked everyone even more was that the amount of spirit stones used to assassinate the mayor was increasing. In just a short hour, it had reached 15 million middle-grade spirit stones. Moreover, this number was still increasing. This caused everyone to be dumbstruck. The crowdfunding organization has killed 8 members of the Lin family, and their spirit stones have reached over 7 million middle-grade spirit stones. They've already gathered all of them. However, if the crowdfunding organization were to assassinate the mayor, even if the crowdfunding organization were to really raise 50 million middle-grade spirit stones, the Dragon Spike wouldn't dare to make a move. Would the Dragon Spike dare to assassinate the mayor? If they were to make a move, it would offend the entire Star Moon Kingdom. If this matter were to really blow up, the Dragon Spike would be in big trouble. They probably wouldn't dare to do so. Damn it. No matter what, I'll first add 10,000 middle-grade spirit stones to the mayor. I hope I can get rid of this vampire. If Dragon Spike really dares to assassinate the mayor, I'll be a fucking fan of Dragon Spike in the future. I'm also different from Dragon Spike and other assassin organizations. Since you have so many special rules, then we'll support you in assassinating the mayor. Lin Xiao is a scourge in Bridge Forest Town. We'll support the extermination of him. As the crowdfunding was a public area, they could communicate through the communication stone plate. The entire crowdfunding area was bustling with activity. The Lin family of the Qiao Lin Chamber of Commerce, the mayor Lin Xiao, had a very bad reputation in Qiao Lin Town. Many people wanted them dead. The crowdfunding area was bustling with activity. The spirit stones of the mayor of the crowdfunding area slowly increased to more than 30 million middle-grade spirit stones. Although it was already very high, no one would think that the Dragon Spike would dare to assassinate the mayor. This is really interesting, the mayor of the crowdfunding organization. Wang Xian was also paying attention to the matter of the crowdfunding assassination. He shook his head slowly. It seemed that this mayor had done a lot of bad things. However, just as they thought, Wang Xian did not want to assassinate this mayor. His identity was too special. The Dragon Assassin organization was not weak, but they did not have the ability to compete with Star Moon Kingdom. Chapter 944, Lawlessness. The Dragon Spike mercenary group still hasn't reached the stage where they can kill whoever they want. Wang Xian mumbled. With so many people, it could be seen how unpopular Mayor Lin Xiao was. However, the Dragon Spike had no choice but to take into consideration the strength of the Star Moon Empire. If the Star Moon Empire sent out experts to target the Dragon Spike, although they wouldn't be wiped out, they would still be in big trouble. I think I should stop. Wang Xian shook his head and looked at the other missions. Most of the assassination missions in Xiaolin Town were to assassinate the Lin family. Not only did they assassinate the Lin family's extraordinaire level 4 and level 5 experts, there were also several missions to assassinate the extraordinaire level 1 and level 2 experts. This should be the revenge of the Lin family's disciples who used the Lin family's prestige to humiliate others. The Dragon Spike accepted all the missions. Other than the missions of the Lin family, there weren't many other missions. There were only 5 or 6 missions. The highest mission was to assassinate a leader of the mercenary group who was at extraordinary level 6. When Wang Xian saw this leader of the mercenary group, he felt a sense of familiarity. Then, he thought of the leader of the mercenary group who had talked to the Lin family at the entrance last night. He accepted all the missions. Then, Wang Xian started to collect the commission. Members of the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group, you are surrounded. Come out now. At 5 in the afternoon, a roar suddenly sounded from outside. Wang Xian was stunned. Wang Xian was slightly stunned and his face was full of astonishment. His eyes flashed with a strange luster and he immediately looked around. This is... Wang Xian suddenly widened his eyes and looked around with an embarrassed expression. City guards, the city guards of Qiulin Town. A total of more than 100 people were standing in front of the restaurant. In the middle stood an old man. Wang Xian immediately recognized this old man. Mayor Lin Xiao. What are they trying to do? Wang Xian's expression was a little ugly as he swept his gaze across the group of people. The Celestial Phoenix mercenary group hired the Dragon Assassin group to assassinate the members of the Lin family. The evidence is conclusive. From today onwards, the remaining members of the Lin family will join the mayor's residence. I hope that some of them will not go against the Star Moon Kingdom. At this moment, Lin Zhao's voice rang out. He was announcing the verdict. He was issuing a warning. Firstly, he was announcing the verdict. The Celestial Phoenix mercenary group hired assassins to assassinate the members of the Lin family. The evidence was conclusive. Secondly, it was a warning to the Dragon Assassin group. The rest of the members of the Lin family were already members of the mayor's mansion. If they were to make a move again, they had to pay attention. A sentence was heard clearly by everyone in the surroundings. Wang Xian's expression changed slightly. A cold look appeared in his eyes. He moved and flew out of the window onto the street with an embarrassed expression. Ao Jian and the rest followed closely behind him. Wang Xian's face was solemn as he looked at Lin Xiao who was in the sky. Mayor Lin, do you have any evidence that my Immortal Phoenix mercenary group hired assassins to assassinate the Lin family? Evidence? I am the evidence. You hired assassins to assassinate my father and the rest. It was you. At this moment, Lin Feng and a dozen people from the Lin family walked out. They stared at Wang Xian with bloodthirsty eyes and roared with murderous intent. Wang Xian glanced at them and raised his gaze to look at the expressionless Lin Xiao again. Mayor Lin, can the words of a single person from the Lin family be used as evidence? The evidence is conclusive. Come back with us. If there's any injustice, we'll talk about it in the prison cell. Lin Xiao looked at Wang Xian expressionlessly and said coldly. Hiss, the Celestial Phoenix mercenary group is going to be taken away by the mayor. This. When the crowd saw this scene, they immediately understood that the mayor wanted to take revenge for the Lin family. Now, not only does the mayor want to take revenge for the Lin family, he has also warned the secret dragon assassin organization that it is forbidden to kill the members of the Lin family. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that Mayor Lin would protect the Lin family directly. This is troublesome. Mayor Lin didn't have any children in his early years and didn't have any relatives. Therefore, he is completely unafraid of the dragon thorns. He also knows that the dragon thorns wouldn't dare to assassinate him. This is troublesome. Damn it. It's over. I didn't expect that the mayor would actually do such a thing. The dragon Spike is afraid of the strength of Star Moon Kingdom, so it doesn't dare to make a move at all. When the surrounding crowd saw this scene and heard Lin Zhao's voice, their faces turned ugly. However, the surroundings were deathly silent, and no one dared to make a sound. Provoking Lin Zhao was simply courting death. He had 100 ways to kill him. In fact, Lin Zhao, who controlled the formation in the town, was even more terrifying than the Dragon Assassin organization. The Dragon Assassin might still need to assassinate him. As long as he sealed off an area, he could kill him directly. Now, the mayor was obviously protecting the remaining members of the Lin family. This made many people clench their fists tightly. Wang Xian stared at Lin Zhao. A hint of killing intent flashed in his eyes. Mayor Lin, you want to capture us for no reason. Is someone like you worthy of being the mayor? How dare you? Just as Wang Xian finished his sentence, a roar came from the side. An old man standing beside Lin Zhao glared at Wang Xian. How dare a small mercenary group act so arrogantly towards the mayor? Men, suppress them. If they dare to resist, kill them without mercy. Lin Zhao also stared at Wang Xian coldly with a hint of coldness in his eyes. He raised his head slightly and an aura of an extraordinary level 8 powerhouse slowly enveloped Wang Xian. This celestial phoenix mercenary group is doomed. It's over. We've offended Lin Zhao. We're dead meat this time. What a pity. Such a good man has fallen in our Qiaolin town. When the surrounding people saw this scene, their expressions changed slightly. Kid, you're dead for sure today. I'm going to cut you into 1,000 pieces. Lin Feng and the rest who were in the middle of the road shouted at Wang Xian with ferocious expressions. Wang Xian's gaze swept across them. A group of city guards surrounded him. Lin Feng was the ferocious cursemancer. There were already close to 10,000 people gathered around him, but no one dared to say anything. Next, the crowdfunding mission to assassinate the mayor. Begin the assassination. Today, the Dragon Assassin organization will let you know what lawlessness is. Even if it's the mayor, I will still dare to kill him if he gets agitated. When Wang Xian saw this scene, his expression turned cold. He had an idea and immediately gave the order. Assassinate the mayor. Whoosh! A breeze blew over from nowhere. Suddenly, a red piece of paper floated down from the sky. It was densely packed with red pieces of paper. Those who didn't know would think that it was the result of someone getting married. However, it wasn't. The red pieces of paper floated down. Slowly, all the pieces of paper floated towards the position of Mayor Lin Zhao. What is that? On the street below, some people suddenly saw the red piece of paper that appeared out of nowhere and shouted in shock. This is the congratulatory death piece of the Dragon Assassin organization. What? There is a Dragon Assassin organization around? What is the Dragon Assassin organization doing? Everyone looked over and looked at the congratulatory death piece of paper floating toward Mayor Lin Zhao in shock. Chapter 945, Ruled the World. In the central area of Bridge Forest Town, tens of thousands of people gathered around. In the sky, the mayor and a group of city guards were floating in the sky, looking down at everyone. But at this moment, the atmosphere around them became strange. In the sky, a red piece of paper appeared out of thin air and floated in the direction of the mayor, Lin Zhao. It was a piece of paper congratulating death. Everyone around widened their eyes in disbelief. Lin Zhao was also stunned. He looked at the red piece of paper floating towards him with a trace of fear in his eyes. An assassin organization that could assassinate the strongest person in the Lin family. If they wanted to assassinate him, the success rate could reach 80%. He was transferred to Qiaolin town. When he arrived, the Lin family was already the strongest family in Qiaolin town. The resources of the Lin family were not something that he, the mayor, could compare to. His strength was also a little weaker than the strongest person in the Lin family. The red paper seemed to have eyes. At least 100 pieces of paper landed on Lin Zhao's body. Lin Zhao's face was extremely gloomy. He raised his head and scanned the surroundings. Hiss! The city guards behind Lin Zhao looked at the red paper on the mayor's body with fear. Their faces kept changing. Right now, the dragon spike's congratulatory death was as terrifying as a life-threatening talisman. All of it landed on the mayor. Could it be that the dragon spike wants to assassinate the mayor? Isn't this too crazy? Is he going against Starmoon Kingdom? When the surrounding people saw this scene, they gulped, their faces filled with shock. Dragon Spike, do you know what you're doing? You're making an enemy out of Starmoon Kingdom. If you dare to assassinate me, Starmoon Kingdom will not let you off. Lin Zhao slowly turned around in the air and growled in a low voice with a gloomy face. Dragon Spike, reward good and punish evil. Bridge Forest Town's mayor, Lin Zhao, has raised 50 million middle-grade spiritual stones from 100 people. For those who are evil, the number of assassins hired will be halved. He meets the criteria. Protect the Lin family and fight against our Dragon Spike assassin organization. Congratulations on your death. You are now the one who must be killed by the Dragon Spike. At this moment, a voice came from the sky and everyone was shocked. Lin Zhao suddenly turned his head and stared at the east. The surrounding people also sucked in a breath of cold air. Awesome, an assassin organization rewards good and punishes evil. FUCK, the most unexpected thing is that there are 100 people supporting the assassination of the mayor. They have already raised 50 million middle-grade spirit stones. This is too crazy, this dragon assassin organization is simply too awesome. I'm completely convinced. They actually raised 50 million middle-grade spirit stones, and only raised 10 million middle-grade spirit stones at noon. Looks like there are really quite a number of people who want the mayor dead. Where did they raise the money? What's the contact information of the Dragon Assassin organization? How come we don't know? The surrounding people discussed in hushed tones, and shock appeared on their faces. Those who didn't know about the crowdfunding were filled with astonishment as they asked in hushed tones. Crowdfunding? Lin Zhao's expression instantly darkened. Crowdfunding? There was actually someone who wanted to kill him, and they had already raised 50 million middle-grade spirit stones. This caused his expression to be incomparably unsightly, and a trace of fear flashed through his eyes. If you dare to kill me, Starmoon Kingdom will uproot all of you, turning you into street rats. Lin Zhao's expression darkened as he roared loudly. Half of the black and white space instantly covered an area of 2,000 meters. The entire space was filled with dense light and deep darkness. It looked extremely terrifying. FUCK, what's going on? The Dragon Spike is making a move. What is this? An array formation. Everyone was shocked when they saw the black and white space. The city guards who were standing beside the mayor almost wet their pants in fear as they fled in fear. Their eyes were filled with fear as they looked at the space. On the streets, everyone was staring at the black and white space. The black and white space was a divine ability Ao Yao had obtained after breaking through to the Type 5 Transcendence realm. The name of the divine ability was Light and Darkness. It was a support-type body, and to the Dragon's Pine, it was a powerful support-type ability. It could use the light and darkness energy in its body to create a space that was beneficial for their battle. Within this space, its speed and strength could reach 150% of its normal speed. This space could last for 5 minutes. However, 5 minutes was enough. How dare you assassinate me? You dragon thorns deserve to die. Lin Zhao's furious voice came from the black and white space. Pooh! What? However, soon, Lin Zhao's terrified voice was heard, followed by a violent current. Blue seawater appeared in the black and white space. Die! Obviously, the power of the supernatural power was wreaking havoc in this space. The violent flow of water rolled, as if there was an ocean in it. They are fighting. They are really assassinating Mayor Lin Xiao. The dragon spike is too powerful. Is Mayor Lin Xiao going to be killed? The powerful warrior of the Lin family has been assassinated. Lin Xiao probably won't be able to escape the assassination of the dragon spike. Shocked voices came one after another. Everyone looked at the area in the sky with shocked faces. To assassinate the mayor of a town openly in a town, only an assassin organization like Long Ci would dare to do so. How could this be? How could this be? On the street, a group of people from the Lin family raised their heads in fear, their bodies trembling. The dragon spike dared to assassinate the mayor. What was the Lin family worth then? It's over, the Lin family is finished. Lin Feng mumbled. Regardless of whether the dragon spike succeeded in assassinating the mayor or not, the Lin family was finished. The mayor could not intimidate the dragon spike. The only outcome waiting for them was death. Lin Feng was in a daze. At this moment, he felt a gaze looking at him. He raised his head and saw Wang Xian's smiling face. He gritted his teeth and his eyes were bloodshot. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for this celestial phoenix mercenary group, he would still be the young master of the Lin family. No one would dare to offend him. You want to kill me? Wishful thinking. Suddenly, a roar was heard. Following that, everyone noticed a black shadow flying out from the black and white space. His hair was messy, and his eyes were full of ferocity. He stared at the black and white space coldly. What? The mayor escaped? No, look behind Lin Xiao. Chapter 946, Replace the Law Enforcement. Mayor Lin Xiao, who was dressed in military uniform, stood on a roof with his hair in a mess. He was in an extremely sorry state. There was a long bloody scar on his chest. At this moment, he looked a little crazy. Compared to the usually arrogant mayor, he was a lot different. He escaped from the black and white space. His eyes were filled with joy and anger. That terrifying monster made his scalp go numb. Just now, he had almost been killed. Strange divine abilities, terrifying concealment methods. He was simply a natural-born king of darkness. No, that terrifying monster didn't only have the darkness attribute, it also had the light attribute. A variant, a terrifying variant. However, when he escaped, he heaved a heavy sigh of relief. When he heard the sounds coming from the surroundings, his face was full of fear. His mind moved slightly and his entire body felt a chill. When did he arrive behind me? Lin Xiao's eyes widened as he felt the light and darkness behind him as one entity. His heart was filled with despair. He lowered his head to look at his chest and discovered that it had been directly penetrated. A destructive attack landed on his body. Light and darkness are one. Is that a treasure? How can it be so terrifying? Hiss, Mayor Lin Xiao has been killed, oh my god. Great, that big bastard Lin Xiao has been killed. This is great. Well done by the Dragon Assassin organization. This is so cool. I will be a hardcore fan of the Dragon Assassin organization in the future. They really dare to assassinate me. I don't care about your mayor. Awesome. Under everyone's eyes, the black and white shadow killed the mayor of Qiaoling Town, Lin Xiao, with his own hands, which stunned everyone around him. However, soon, some people showed wild smiles on their faces. Lin Xiao, that bastard, was finally killed. You may not know this, but I also paid a portion of the spiritual stones for the crowdfunding to assassinate Lin Xiao. A rough middle-aged man was laughing excitedly. But soon, his smile froze and he realized that he was getting carried away. Brother, you have guts. We will treat you to a meal today. Awesome, brother. If I have the contact information of the dragon spike, I will also pay for it. You are a man. We will treat you to a meal today. Come to our Zephyr mercenary group, bro. No one dares to mess with you in Xiaolin Town. However, following that, the surrounding warriors looked at him and said loudly with respect. This made the rough middle-aged man laugh foolishly. You actually assassinated the mayor. You are simply lawless. The group of city guards saw the mayor's body and trembled violently as they said with fear on their faces. Ao Yao did not even look at them. With a slight movement, Lin Zhao's body was directly put into his interspatial ring. Immediately after, Ao Yao's figure disappeared. However, when he disappeared, Ao Yao said, "The mayor of Bridge Forest Town is dead. There will be no order in the next few days. The dragon spike warns everyone that order will follow in the past. If anyone is lawless, we will take the place of enforcing the law." The cold voice resounded in the entire sky of Bridge Forest Town. When everyone heard this, their eyes widened in shock. It was especially so for those who were some distance away. They did not know that Mayor Lin Xiao was dead. Furthermore, he had been assassinated by assassins. What made them even more shocked was that after the Dragon Spike assassin organization killed the mayor, they warned everyone to behave themselves and not violate the order. Otherwise, they would take over the mayor's law. Fuck, did they have to be so fucking awesome? The lawless one is the Dragon Assassin organization, and now they want to replace the law enforcement. How can it be described as a fucking awesome one? Fuck, this is too fucking domineering. The Dragon Assassin organization assassinated the mayor without the mayor. Without the mayor in the town, it will definitely fall into chaos. At that time, the strong will rob the weak. Even before the new mayor arrives, Bridge Forest Town will be covered in rivers of blood. The Dragon Assassin obviously knows about this situation, so he directly replaced the law enforcement. 666. Chapter 947, was a spendthrift. The harvest in Bridge Forest Town this time is much more than that in Shanghai Town. 2 days later, when Wang Xian learned that the new mayor was coming, he led the members of the Dragon Palace and left Bridge Forest Town. The harvest in Bridge Forest Town these few days was not something that Shanghai Town could compare to. He assassinated 2 extraordinary level 8 powerhouses. One of them was the Lin family of the Bridge Forest Business Association, the biggest force in Bridge Forest Town. The other one was the most powerful person in Bridge Forest Town, the mayor. These 2 powerhouses were notorious and had plundered a lot of money. In their interspatial rings, Wang Xian had obtained more than 200 million middle-grade spirit stones. The other resources were worth 40 to 50 million middle-grade spirit stones. The harvest this time was far beyond Wang Xian's imagination. The fastest way to earn money is to kill and rob. Although the Dragon Spike is an assassin organization, it is somewhat similar. Wang Xian smiled. All the money of Chao Lin Town's mayor, Lin Xiao, was stored in his interspatial ring. To a strong person, the interspatial ring on his hand was the safest place. With so many spiritual stones, if I were to buy elixirs and exchange them for dragon crystals, 10 million spiritual stones could be exchanged for about 7,000 dragon crystals. 100 million would be 70,000. If it's more than 200 million, at least 160,000 dragon crystals would be able to raise one's strength to transcendent level 5. It would be able to raise all the strange demons and golden swordfish to transcendent level 4. It would even be able to raise 1 or 2 strange demons to transcendent level 5. Wang Xian calculated in his heart. After this upgrade, his strength had increased tremendously. This was especially so for the strange demons. In the future, even the weakest of them would be able to assassinate a transcendent level 6 powerhouse. After improving my strength, it's time for me to head to Donghai City. The Demon Hunters Academy is about to start. With my strength, there's nothing left for me to learn. However, some of the information there should be of great use to me. Wang Xian thought to himself. When he returned, Wang Xian still took the Bridge Forest Beast Park route. The speed of his return was even faster than when he came. In just a day's time, Wang Xian and the rest arrived at the Holy Sea town. Wang Xian headed straight for the Phoenix Elixir and Weapons Workshop. Shopkeeper Lu sat in the shop while a group of customers were buying elixirs. After the Knife Scar mercenary group was eliminated by Wang Xian and the rest, the Life and Death Elixir Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop had no way to deal with Phoenix Immortal. Furthermore, they didn't dare to suppress them anymore. In fact, they were a little worried that Feng Xian would join hands with the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group to suppress them. Captain Wang. When Wang Xian stepped into the shop, the waiter immediately recognized him and greeted him respectfully. Captain Wang, you're here. Are you here to buy some elixirs? Manager Lu was excited when he saw Wang Xian. He quickly asked. Yes, I bought a little too much this time. Wang Xian walked over and said with a smile. A little too much? Manager Lu was stunned. His pupils couldn't help but contract. Previously, when Wang Xian came to buy elixirs, he didn't say much even when he spent 8 million middle-grade spirit stones. Could it be this time? A hint of excitement flashed in his eyes. Captain Wang, please come in. All right. Wang Xian nodded and went to a living room in the shop. Manager Lu quickly brewed a cup of tea for Wang Xian. Leader Wang, how many spirit stones of elixirs do you want this time? 200 million middle-grade spirit stones of elixirs, as usual. Wang Xian took a sip with a smile and said. What? Manager Lu's body trembled and his face turned red instantly. He stared at Wang Xian excitedly. Leader Wang, how much do you want? 200 million middle-grade spirit stones. Wang Xian replied again. This. All right, Leader Wang. You have so many spirit stones, but we don't have so many elixirs. Even Donghai City might not have so many. I will report this to the headquarters immediately. Please wait a moment, wait a moment. Manager Lu looked at Wang Xian excitedly and immediately took out his communication stone plate to contact Manager Yi on the spot. When Manager Yi learned that Wang Xian was going to purchase 200 million middle-grade spirit stones for the medicinal pills, his eyes widened. 200 million middle-grade spirit stones. That was enough to purchase a few transcendent 9th-grade medicinal pills. This was insane. This was simply insane. However, Manager Yi quickly reacted and immediately contacted his superiors. The Phoenix Immortal Medicinal Pills and Weapons Workshop was not as powerful as the Draconids had described. At present, they only had a firm foothold in the 5 kingdoms, and they hadn't even stepped into the Empire. Compared to the Life and Death Pill Workshop and the Holy Item Forging Workshop, there was still a huge gap. However, the Phoenix Immortal's background was very strong, and it was established by the Fire Cloud Sparrow clan. The Fire Cloud Sparrow didn't belong to humans, but to the Demon Beast clan. Demon beasts possessed intelligence, and some demon beasts even lived with humans, and they also followed the laws of humans. The Fire Cloud Sparrow was once the most loyal demon beast tribe of the Phoenix Empire's Empress. After the Empress died, the Phoenix Empire changed its dynasty and a group of the Empress's loyal subordinates were stripped of their rights. After the Empress died, the Fire Cloud Sparrow tribe returned to the Fire Cloud Mountain Range and lived in seclusion. 2 years ago, they suddenly appeared and established the Phoenix Immortal Pill and Weapons Workshop. The current Phoenix Empire was ranked in the top 3 in the Empire. The Fire Cloud Sparrow tribe still had some connections in the Phoenix Empire. In addition, the Fire Cloud Sparrow clan was also very powerful. This resulted in the rapid development of the Phoenix Immortal Pill and Weapons Workshop. In just over 2 years, it had covered the 5 great kingdoms. The speed was already very fast. Wang Xian had taken out 200 million middle-grade spirit stones to buy the pills in one go. This surprised the Phoenix Immortal greatly. To be able to take out more than 200 million spirit stones in one town was very terrifying. Captain Wang, it just so happens that someone from our headquarters is here to buy some carcasses of ferocious beasts. The pills will be delivered within 2 days. Please wait a moment. Very soon, Manager Lu replied to Wang Xian. Sure, just inform me directly through the communication stone plate when the time comes. Wang Xian nodded his head and said to them. Yes, yes. Manager Lu nodded his head respectfully. Buying elixirs with a wave of his hand for 200 million spirit stones, this. Spending money like gold. He was just a small shopkeeper of Shanghai town, and he managed to sell over 200 million middle-grade spirit stones for elixirs in a short period of time. It was estimated that the headquarters would give him a promotion and raise his salary soon. After shopkeeper Lu sent him out of the shop respectfully, Wang Xian walked towards his residence. In the next 2 days, Wang Xian was preparing to return to the Dragon Palace. In Qiaolin town, Ao Yao and the rest did not only obtain huge resources. There were also corpses. There were 2 corpses of level 8 Transcendence, 2 of level 7 Transcendence, more than a dozen of level 6 Transcendence, and more than 20 of level 5 Transcendence. Most of them were from the Lin family. With so many corpses, it was sufficient for an Ao Yao of level 5 Transcendence to evolve once again. After evolving, the Ao Yao would reach rank 6 Transcendent. With the Dragon Spur, he would have the strength to assassinate a rank 9 Transcendent. He could be considered a peak existence below the insightful Void Realm. With the Ao Yao around, he would be safer on the Transcendent continent. Manager Yi was slightly taken aback, then, he quickly said, "What a coincidence. I'm in charge of the Fengxian Elixir and Weapons Workshop in Donghai City. Commander Wang, if you need anything, you can come and look for me. You can also tell me directly if you want to buy elixirs." Is that so? Wang Xian raised his eyebrows and said, "That's good. I might really need Supervisor Yi's help with something." "Don't worry, Leader Wang. I'm more familiar with Donghai City. Just tell me if there's anything I can help you with." Supervisor Yi's eyes lit up as he said. "Okay, then I'll have to trouble Supervisor Yi to help me find a courtyard that is slightly better. When the time comes, I'll go and take a look. Is that all right?" Wang Xian said without any trace of politeness. "Don't worry, leave it to me. When Leader Wang is new here, I'll treat you well." Supervisor Yi agreed with a smile on his face. "All right." Wang Xian nodded with a smile. After exchanging a few more pleasantries, he left Fengxian and walked towards his residence. "Let's talk about it after I've improved my strength." When he entered the room, Wang Xian placed the pills into his mouth one by one. Ding! Consuming a level 6 transcendent pill to extract 1,800 dragon crystals. Ding! Consuming a level 7 transcendent pill to extract 7,500 dragon crystals. Ding! Congratulations to host for increasing your level to level 5 transcendent. Ding! Congratulations to host for comprehending the supernatural powers of light and darkness. Name, Wang Xian. Race, 5 elemental divine dragon, able to transform into a human. Level, extraordinary level 5. Dragon crystal, 68-340/1000. Supernatural power, ruling the water tribe that is lower than one's own level. Devouring creatures to extract dragon crystals. Control of the 5 elements. Cultivation method, divine dragon transformation. Supernatural power, fire dragon's flame, gold splits the void, wood world descends, water crisis rampage city, wrath of the earth, soul capture, spirit possession, light and dark fire dragon eyes, light and dark void, light and dark shadowless, light and dark. Dragon Palace, level 2. Members of the Dragon Palace, 3,355. The next upgrade will cost 1,000,000 dragon crystals. FUCK, if it is converted to middle grade spirit stones, it will cost more than 1 billion. That's too much. The corner of Wang Xian's mouth twitched. More than 1 billion spirit stones. He did not know how long it would take to earn it. Looking at the additional 60,000 dragon crystals, Wang Xian immediately called Ao Yao and the rest over. One by one, they imparted their dragon qi to them. After consuming more than 60,000 dragon crystals, all the strange demons and golden swordfish were upgraded to transcendent level rank 4. The further they went, the more the strange demons and golden swordfish needed tens of thousands of dragon crystals. It was becoming more and more difficult to upgrade their strength. 18 strange demons had reached transcendent level rank 4. 2 strange demons were at transcendent level rank 5. AO demons were at transcendent level rank 6. 10 golden swordfish were at transcendent level 4. In addition to Wang Xian, who was at transcendent level 5, this was the top-notch strength of the Dragon Palace. Although it will be harder and harder to level up in the future, my strength is pretty good now. Wang Xian was already very satisfied with the fact that he had reached such a level in less than a month. With this strength, I should be able to mingle around in Donghai City. The corner of Wang Xian's mouth curled up slightly as he walked straight to the location of the Demon Hunters Association. The Holy Sea town had been unusually lively for the past few days. After the monsters attacked the city, many chambers of commerce came from all over the place. There were the most chambers of commerce from Donghai City. Wang Xian was prepared to accept an escort mission and head to Donghai City. There is a large mission on the mission stone plate. Escort the Chamber of Commerce back to Donghai City and recruit at least 20 mercenary groups. According to the level of the mercenary groups, the level of the mission will be determined. Such a large-scale escort mission is rare. It just so happens that the Fairy Phoenix mercenary group can follow this caravan to Donghai City. Wang Xian thought to himself as he walked into the demon-hunting mercenary group. The moment he entered the mercenary group, Wang Xian realized that the hall of the mercenary group today was different from the past. In the entire hall, there were rows and rows of personnel from the Chamber of Commerce. There were at least a dozen of personnel from the Chamber of Commerce. Every Chamber of Commerce was recruiting mercenary groups. Chapter 949, They were unqualified. Today's mercenary group was completely occupied by the Chamber of Commerce, and some mercenary groups in the surrounding area were answering the call. There were at least 20 chambers of commerce, some big and some small, but the mercenary groups employed were all at least 2 or 3 silver stars. It usually took 4 or 5 days to travel from Holy Sea Town to East Sea City, but for such a large-scale business group, it would take at least a week. Due to the distance, the mercenary group needed to reach at least 3 to 4 stars of silver or even higher. It was usually safer to follow such a business group of 300 to 400 people. However, if one was unlucky and encountered danger, there wouldn't be any ordinary danger. The ferocious beasts wouldn't dare to attack if there were too many people. Once they attacked, they would become powerful ferocious beasts or groups of ferocious beasts. Wang Xian entered the hiring association and swept his gaze across all the chambers of commerce. Each chamber of commerce had a different scale and required different levels of hiring groups. Each chamber of commerce would recruit their own hiring groups individually. Finally, they would set off together. Recruit the hiring groups that are at least 5-star silver tier, including 5-star silver tier. Wang Xian looked at the 2 middle-aged men and an old man who were standing in the middle and conversing with the few people beside him. Let's go and take a look. Wang Xian said to Ao Jian and the rest before walking straight towards them. Everyone from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce, please continue to hire a mercenary group. Wang Xian walked over and said to them directly. Okay. A middle-aged man immediately turned his head and looked at Wang Xian. His eyes swept towards the badge on his chest. A 2-star gold mercenary group. The middle-aged man exclaimed in surprise. However, he frowned slightly when he saw the faces of Wang Xian and the rest. A 2-star gold star mercenary group. This is considered the best in Shanghai town. The rest of the people at the side also looked over. A middle-aged man looked at Wang Xian and the rest and said in a deep voice, "Your mercenary group meets our standards. However, you need to bring out the main force of the mercenary group. This time, we will issue a mission of at least 1 gold star. If the mercenary group doesn't send out strong members, it will still be against the rules." The middle-aged man said directly to Wang Xian. The meaning was obvious. The level of the mercenary group was a condition. However, the members who carried out this mission also had to meet the conditions. The escort mission was obviously different from other missions. Wang Xian nodded and said directly, "All the members of our Immortal Phoenix mercenary group are here. We can accept your mission. There are only 12 people in a gold mercenary group." A voice came from the side. A bald middle-aged man dressed in black walked over with his arms crossed and his head held high. His gaze swept across everyone in Wang Xian's group. A special energy swept across Wang Xian and the rest. "Deputy Leader Ling, can you help me take a look?" The middle-aged man said with a smile when he saw the bald leader walking over. "Just test your strength." The bald middle-aged man moved his palm and threw out a stone plate. The stone plate was suspended in the air and was emitting light. "The few of you, test your strength." The bald middle-aged man said directly. "Ha!" Wang Xian revealed a surprised expression as he looked at the bald middle-aged man. His gaze landed on the spot on his chest. There was a golden badge with 4 stars on it. A 4-star gold mercenary group, a spirit beast mercenary group. This should be a mercenary group that came from Donghai City. Our strength cannot be detected by a test stone plate. Wang Xian looked at the stone plate in front of him and said with a smile, "You guys can ask around. We only believe what we see with our eyes. If we want to accept this mission, we have to have the strength." The bald middle-aged man said as the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. "It's not bad that you are a gold mercenary group, but who knows if your leader and experts have died, leaving behind a bunch of trash." The bald middle-aged man's words caused the members of the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce to slowly nod their heads. Vice Leader Ling was right. This kind of thing was not uncommon. Some gold mercenary groups went on missions. If the mission failed, all the experts in the group would die. Then, the strength of this gold mercenary group might not even be comparable to a silver mercenary group. "Let's test it out." The bald middle-aged man stared at the captain badge on Wang Xian's chest. A hint of mockery appeared on his face. He didn't believe that such a young man was qualified to be the captain of a 2-star gold mercenary group. Wang Xian frowned slightly. Their levels were indeed not high. Even the highest level, Ao Yao, who was at level 6 of the supernatural realm, couldn't show himself. He was only at level 5 of the supernatural realm. "What's wrong, kid? Could it be that all the strong people in the group have died? That's why you're the leader. Hee, a mercenary group like yours is not even as good as some silver ones." The bald middle-aged man said loudly with a face full of mockery. "What a waste of time." The few people from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce frowned and showed a hint of impatience on their faces. They warned Wang Xian, "If you want to accept the escort mission, you have to have real strength. I'm not trash like you guys. Let's go, let's go." As they spoke, they waved their hands impatiently. "In Shanghai town, there is no mercenary group that is stronger than us." Wang Xian frowned slightly and placed his hand on the testing stone plate. "Oh?" The bald middle-aged man raised his eyebrows and looked at the testing stone plate. Then, his eyes widened. Level 5 Transcendence. Impressive, impressive. I really didn't expect that there would be such a powerful young man in such a small Shanghai town. The bald middle-aged man's eyes sparkled. No wonder a kid was appointed as the leader. His aptitude is really terrifying. However, you guys are still not qualified. Following that, He raised his head and looked at Wang Xian with a smile on his face. A 2-star gold rank mercenary group. The leader is actually at level 5 Transcendence. Let's go, let's go. You guys are not qualified. With your strength, don't do the escort mission. You are simply looking for trouble. The few people from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce said to Wang Xian with a cold face. Wang Xian raised his eyebrows and smiled. If we are not qualified, no one would be qualified. Why are you still pestering us after saying that you are not qualified? The few people from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce stared at him coldly. Wang Xian glanced at them with slight disdain. Then, he turned around and walked toward another Chamber of Commerce. Captain Wang. Just as he turned around, a group of people came up to him directly. When they saw Wang Xian, they greeted him respectfully immediately. Yes. Wang Xian nodded his head faintly. He didn't recognize the other party either. Hee. The other party and more than 20 people smiled when they saw Wang Xian's indifferent reply and walked straight to the front. Everyone from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce, we are here to accept your mission. A middle-aged mercenary group led by a middle-aged man said to the staff of the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce after missing Wang Xian and the rest. Finally, a capable mercenary group has arrived. It's much better than the 2-star gold mercenary group that was full of water. Chapter 950, had gotten a great bargain. The members of the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce saw more than 20 people walking over. The middle-aged man in the lead was emitting a thick murderous aura, and a satisfied expression appeared on his face. A 5-star silver rank mercenary group. You should meet our standards. A middle-aged man continued to say. Vice Leader Ling of the Spirit Beast mercenary group next to them glanced at them and nodded slightly. Ha! What? Everyone from the Whale Shark mercenary group was slightly stunned. They asked in astonishment, which 2-star gold mercenary group? It's that kid's mercenary group. All the experts in the group must have died. Why don't you take a look at your own strength? You still want to accept our mission? You're not qualified. The middle-aged man from the Ivy Club pointed at the backs of Wang Xian and the rest. Wang Xian raised his eyebrows and turned around. Did you see that? It's that kid. He's still a little displeased. The few people from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce saw Wang Xian's back and said with a face full of mockery. A hint of displeasure flashed across Wang Xian's eyes as he looked at the Whale Shark mercenary group. This. The Whale Shark mercenary group felt like vomiting blood. They turned around and looked at the people from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce as if they were looking at a retard. The Immortal Phoenix mercenary group doesn't meet the standard? The Whale Shark mercenary group's leader asked in astonishment. Their mercenary group is called the Immortal Phoenix? There are 12 people and they are weak. Naturally, they are not qualified to accept our mission. I see that everyone's strength. If even the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group is not qualified, we are even less qualified. The leader of Whale Shark shook his head at the members of the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce and interrupted the middle-aged man. What? The members of the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce were slightly stunned. They didn't understand what the leader of Whale Shark had said. If even the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group is not qualified, then no mercenary group in the entire Holy Sea Town is qualified. I think you should stop issuing missions. Captain Whale Shark raised his voice slightly, cupped his fists, and then turned to leave. You. Everyone in the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce was completely stunned. Captain, are we not accepting this mission? No. Just now, Captain Immortal Phoenix was obviously dissatisfied with the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce. In order not to offend Immortal Phoenix, we don't accept this mission. That's true. There's no need to accept this mission. The Immortal Phoenix mercenary group is too crazy. The Whale Shark mercenary group immediately left and whispered to each other. As for the Immortal Phoenix mercenary group, The people of Holy Sea Town only knew that they had destroyed the Mirage Sea Mercenary Group and the Saber Scar Mercenary Group. They didn't know that in Bridge Forest Town, they had used 100 million spirit stones to hire the Dragon Spike to assassinate the Lin family of Bridge Forest Town. They had just returned from Bridge Forest Town yesterday, but they had heard the discussions of the Bridge Forest Town Mercenary Group. Just because of 1,000,000 middle-grade spirit stones, the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group had directly offered 100 million middle-grade spirit stones to kill the Lin family. It was absolutely crazy. Offending the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group for a mission was not worth it. They would never do such a thing as they were cautious. Moreover, this Green Vine Chamber of Commerce didn't even know about the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group. He was also an idiot. FUCK, what's going on? Why are they so afraid when they hear the name of the Immortal Phoenix Mercenary Group? The faces of the people from the Green Vine Chamber of Commerce turned ugly. What the FUCK was going on? It wasn't easy for a qualified mercenary group to come here, and they just left? The deputy leader of the spirit beasts frowned slightly and revealed a look of surprise. Are you guys here to accept the mission? I wonder if you guys will accept the mission here.